Mic check 1 2. 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 Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check 1 2. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So let me just make sure everything's plugged in correctly here. Yep. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Random show settings. Random show settings. Random show settings. How you doing, people? Day number 2 of the random show. We're here. We're back. We're ready to flip and rock. Hope you're doing well wherever you blood clots may be. Let me put this up to 10 decibels. Hopefully that helps it a little bit. Big up everybody that's tuning in. Big up everybody that's tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. It's a random show with your host, Agostino Zinga. This is episode number 402, I think. Day number 2 of the 31-day marathon stream. As you know, we're trying to hit 500 members by the end of the 31 days. If you want to join and become a member of this particular stream, this particular channel, right, all you have to do is click the link in the description down below. You can give the membership, you can get membership for yourself. There's a link down below in the description box for you to click. We're trying to hit 500 members by the end of the 31 days. This is day 2 of 31. Day 2 of 31. It's the 4th attempt to go to 31. Maybe the 5th attempt. Maybe the 6th attempt. It doesn't actually matter what attempt it is. We're still going for it. We're still pushing for it. Big up everybody. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. What are you guys saying? So today, oh yeah, shit, Kill Tony, innit? Fuck. I forgot to load that up, so I didn't load up Kill Tony. So I loaded everything up. I loaded everything else up. I haven't loaded Kill Tony just yet. So bear with me 1 second as I just get that loaded up. Big everything in the stream chat. If you're here and you're enjoying the show, or you're here, if you're here for the first time, thank you for joining me. If you're here for the second time, you know how it is. Like the stream all along, all that balaki, that would be really, really appreciated. Like the stream, 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 like the stream. You know, subscribe to the channel if you can as well. That'd be greatly appreciated. And that's about it, really. Nothing else to say. Nothing else to say apart from that, really. Thank you for joining me. I always appreciate you guys joining me. It's always a nice day. Always a nice day. Always a nice day. So let me just quickly get this new Kill Tony shit loaded, and then we can go from there. I think we're gonna do the Carrot Top one later, and that's about it, really. Yeah, cool. So that's it. So big up everybody for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Today's gonna be mostly Kill Tony. No, mostly no jump. No, I'm all over the place. We're gonna do a bunch of Tfatk stuff, no jumper stuff, Kill Tony stuff, some golden hour I think as well. We probably might do. I think there's some clips of golden hour we also might go over, and that's about it for the most part. We're gonna go over those particular things, but that's gonna be most of it. So we're gonna do, as I mentioned there, we're gonna do a bit of Tfatk and a bit of other things in between. So thank you for joining me, man. Thank you for joining me. Let me just quickly get everything set up here. Big up the stream chat. Big up Stephen Castaneda. Big up Young God Vibes. Successful Egg. Biff Big Boff or Big Booth. Big up ULB. Don Dota Wagwan, my G. Who else is here in the stream chat? Who else is here in the stream chat? Big up RR Skins. Game Bred Footballer. What's going on, brother? Big up On 10 Toes. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Big up 10 Toes. So much AZ in one day. I might come. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Big up KP, so some coon for me, brother. Same so coon for me. Big up Jack Donahue Jr., big up Timo Cassie. Big up everybody in the stream chat. Appreciate every single one of you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Always a pleasure. Never a freaking chore. Always a pleasure. Never a freaking chore. Yo, yo, yo. Big up Ashley Cummins in the chat. Wagwan, darling. Big up Blood Clot. Ashley Cummins in the chat. What's good? What's good? What's good? Big up Ricardo in the chat. What's going on? Who else is here? What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. Where's it? Let me put this thing on my hand. Bear me a second here as I get stuff to load. Appreciate all of you. Cool, done. All ready to go. We're ready to rock now. I think all should be sorted on this side. Apologies for the late night or late era technical difficulties, but everything should be sorted now. Yo, big up Josie. What's going on, Josie? How you doing, darling? Hope you're well. Family's good and shit. So yeah, big up everybody for joining in. I got a new asthma pump today as well, so I'm feeling a little bit chirpy. I'm not gonna lie. I got myself a new asthma pump today, so I'm feeling a little bit chirpy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling chirpy. I feel like I could conquer the world. Big up the new inhaler crew. Big up the new inhaler crew. It's over there somewhere. Big up the new inhaler crew. Got that new pump. Let me show you actually. Got a new pumpy. Damn it, my fucking tips came out. 1 second. I'll show you what the pumpy looks like. I'll show you what my pumpy looks like. Bear with me once. I gotta put these fucking earphones back in again. Jesus Christ. Let's do this. Bear with me 1 second as I get this all loaded. There we go. There we have it, you know? This is a... It's by a brand called Subo. What's it called? Soprabek. You know Soprabek? You know the Soprabek inhalers? Big up the Soprabek crew. It's not blue now, it's grey, so it's a bit different. Big up Soprabek. So it's a grey one, there you go. Nice little pink tip, huh? Nice little dusty pink tip. Big up the dusty pink tip inhalers. Big up the dusty pink tip inhaler gangs, huh? Big up the blood clot, hay fever, asthma inhaler gang. Big up the inhalers. Big up the blood clot inhalers. You feel that? There you go. Little grey, dusty pink tip inhaler. You feel me? Pop that little bad boy off. Bah. Nice cardiovascular relief. Respiratory relief. Ooh, new one. Actually, I've got to do 2 now, innit? Actually. Okay, cool, done. Let's rock. Cool. First things first. RIP almighty suspect. RIP almighty suspect, bro. After yesterday's news, or after yesterday's stream, if you guys saw towards the end of the stream, we covered a little bit of No Jumper news as it was happening live in the field. And for whatever reason, whoever's in charge over there at No Jumper, whether it's Lush or Adam22, of the booking of the host and shit, who knows, somebody decided it was a great idea to try and get almighty suspect and Brandon to sit in the same room. Even though Suspect and Brandon had a bit of a beef in the last couple of weeks and shit, they still got to sit down and do the show. It did go okay for like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, passive aggressively. But then towards the end, it all erupted when, you know, Lush decided to kind of stir the pot again. They got to squabbling, they got to arguing, then they got to screaming and shouting at each other. And then Suspect decided to spit on Brandon, which then caused the cameras to black out. And, you know, they kind of got escorted. I think Brandon left the building at that point. And then, of course, the show kind of came to an end. Now, the next day, Adam22 is back in the office, and he has decided, pretty surprising. I'm not gonna know unpopular decision-wise. I think it's surprising. I'm not gonna lie, considering the mess that No Jumper do, considering the mess they engage in, considering all the nonsense they put on their channel, considering the stuff that they promote and they kind of encourage. I'm a bit surprised that Adam has fired Lush. I wish it was fucking Lush. I'm actually surprised that Adam is fired Suspect. I'm not gonna lie. I know he allegedly brought a knife, you know, to this kind of whatever Muay Thai fight, which is a hilarious kind of joke. But considering everything that goes on in that fucking channel, to fucking fire Suspect is a bit strange. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit strange. Given that people have brought guns to that place, people have stomped people out in the parking lot in that place. People have done all sorts of madness in that show or on this channel or at that place and not really got fired. So for Suspect to get fired and no blow was thrown, no one actually got physically hurt. I know it didn't look good on camera. I know I said I was really not liking what they were doing, but when it comes down to it, no one got hurt, no one got touched, no one got stomped out, no one got beat up. Just make them not sit in the same room together again and just keep the show rolling. It's not that deep, you know? But I guess Adam22 decided to fire Suspect Maybe because people don't like him anyway. I'm not too sure. But this is Adam22 confirming that Sus has been fired. Courtesy of the No Jumper Reddit. Big up the No Jumper Reddit.
Live, if it's permissions.
We're live?
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Live.
We're live.
Just check real quick by going to YouTube Studios.
Yeah, no, we're live.
Okay, yeah, man, we live, man.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement. Many of you are probably expecting this. As of today, Almighty Suspect will no longer be a host on No Jumper.
But I'm thinking back, to be honest. Maybe Adam22's been looking forward to this moment, because I do remember there was that time when Adam22 and Suspect were going back and forth. I forgot what the argument was about. There was an argument happening, and Adam was trying to pull rank on Suspect. Oh, this is my channel. This is my trying to do one of those things, and Suspect wasn't having it. And they were going back and forth, and it felt like at that point, Adam kind of turned off from Suspect. I think before he liked him, he was a good replacement. He kind of filled the void of T-Roll, AD, and all them men. But I think that particular episode is what maybe would have made Adam maybe turn off from Suspect, because Suspect can get a little bit, I'm sure he knows himself. He can be a little bit much sometimes. So I wonder if that's
powerful bunch.
Yo, big up, Ranger.
Oh no, say it ain't so. Fake watch Dodson, you bum.
Exactly. Sharp is gonna be loving this. Sharp has had a bit of a terrible week. Sharp has had a terrible week. That video coming out that kind of looks like he's doing some domestic violence shit. The fucking torso shit. The woman coming out and confirming that he does drink piss and shit. Sharp has had a bit of a rough couple of days. So he's going to be loving the fact that Suspect has taken over and filled that void for him. And now everyone's forgot about Torso Gate. The Torso episode's completely been forgotten about. It just happened the other day. And honestly, the internet stuff moves so fucking quickly.
For anyone who's living in a hole in the ground, there was a confrontation last night between Brandon, aka Bucci Bear, aka Dark Brandon, and Almighty Suspect that resulted in.
Hold on. I'm looking at Flocko, and I feel so. Hold on, he's yawning and doesn't really look that interested, right? I just remembered. Could this be all part of Flocko's mastermind plan? Because Flocko's a hater, right? Flocko's a bit vindictive and petty. We know that. He strikes channels down. He goes after people. He's got this like weird beef he's going on with what's his face? That guy with the other channel that he's trying to strike him down and shit. I wonder.
Powerful bunch.
Yeah, big up your vibes.
Can they fire Poetic Flacco for being a funky bee?
Yeah, no, that's never happening. That's never happening. Flocko ain't going anywhere. He's maybe one of the star people over there actually. I wonder, right? Big up Young Vibes. I wonder if this actually has more to do with Flacco than it has to do with anybody else. I wonder if Flacco is the one that set this in motion to eventually get Suspect fired. Because you remember that time when Flacco and Suspect had that beef? And essentially Flacco was scared to come to No Jumper because I think this was post-Kelpie. Post-Suspect firing on Kelpie, Flacco and Suspect had some sort of falling out. I forgot what it was about exactly. Maybe it was about Flacco saying that he can say the word nigger or something even though he's from Africa. I don't know what it was. It was some sort of like thing about being black. And Suspect didn't think that Flacco was black. He kind of, loves police, loves to snitch, talks very badly about gang members and shit, whatever it may be. So I think they had some sort of falling out. And then Flacco, I think, in that falling out, how Suspect gets really like, loud and shit and aggressive. I think that scared Flacco because he thought he was going to get kelpied. So he didn't want to get kelpied. So then he stopped coming to the office for a period of time. He stopped coming to the studio, to the head office for a period of time, or he would avoid Suspect. Then I think they got back cool again. But most likely, they never got back cool again, and Flacco's been plotting his downfall ever since. Maybe Flacco's been plotting his downfall ever since. And this Brandon guy, this Jiu-Jitsu Muay Thai guy, he's one of Flacco's friends. He's in Flacco's crew. Like that Brandon guy, he can sound quite smart sometimes. He can have some intelligent debates, good points. But at the heart of it, he's a little bit, he's a little bit dorky and lame, to be honest, Whatever. He's like how he sounds. And, kind of makes sense because he's Flacco's friend. So I wonder if Flacco got Brandon involved in No Jumper, knowing full well Brandon's personality would clash with sus, but because Brandon's obviously physically imposing and can fight and knows how to argue and can gaslight and lie the same way that suspect can, right? They both have the same sort of argumentative way of talking where they kind of shout and scream over each other and gaslight and lie and manipulate situations and shit. He knew eventually it would cause suspect to go because suspect also has a very short fuse. And as soon as stuff gets a bit too leery, he wants to fight. He can't just have arguments. Like he wants to have a physical altercation. And obviously Adam is trying to avoid lawsuits and this malarkey and a bad image for No Jumper. So I'm wondering now if Flacco is the reason why suspect actually got fired. He set this plan in motion from time ago.
In both spit flying and a knife being pulled out. Both of these are infractions that I fear we just cannot tolerate as a business. You know,
come on, people. Come on, Adam 22. People have flashed guns at your office, man. Don't talk shit. People have bought fucking straps. People have bought fucking straps to your fucking studio. People have flashed them on camera, stretching. People have dropped them on the floor. People allegedly got shot accidentally with a gun being fired or a bullet grazed them and shit. Come on, bro. Acting like there's never been weapons in that place. Come on, people are getting stomped out in the parking lot. Disfigured and shit. Lumpy bumpy. Sobbing into cameras. And he's got a problem with somebody bringing a Swiss Army knife to a fucking fight. Come on, Adam, man.
Many times over the past couple of years, I've looked back at the Kelpie incident and I have felt like I was a little too lenient. Like I feel like that.
By the way, the Kelpie situation, didn't Adam kind of get lucky there? Because I think he worked out some deal with Kelpie quickly behind the scenes. Kelpie wasn't smart enough. Kelpie probably should have sued No Jumper. He would have definitely got a bag from it. But maybe that's also a reason, to be fair to him. Maybe he is kind of noticing or realizes that, hey, I kind of got away with it with the Kelpie situation. Kelpie situation could have brought this whole thing down, you know? If Kelpie did actually go the route of, like, you know, sitting in a wheelchair, having a fucking neck brace on, you know, acting like he's been emotionally distressed and he has PTSD, taken to the courts, he could have fucking cleaned No Jumper LLC out. But I think Adam kind of got in there really quickly and maybe offered him some money or whatever. Allegedly, I'm not too sure what happened. I'm just talking shit. It's just the internet. Please allow me. I'm a small content creator. I'm also a minority. I wonder if that's what actually happened there. That's why he's so pranged.
Incident, even though we managed to skate essentially because we got Kelpie to sign off on suing us. I think
by the way, that's some manipulative shit in it. That's some dirty shit in it. Kelpie gets beat up on camera. I think undeservedly so. Yes, he's annoying, but you don't have to beat up everybody that's annoying. And then Adam convinces him to sign a document that means he can't sue them. Scummy, dirtbag shit.
It was extremely lenient of us to not fire sus at that time. And I'm not going to lie, there's been a couple of times since then, in particular with the whole Jalise thing, where it really, really felt like he was on the border of...
Come on, bro. Jalise, the argument they were having back in that lovers' tiff, the little lovers' quarrel. Why would he be fired for that? That makes no sense. Why would a suspect be on the verge to be fired because of that Jalise shit? He's watched explode. That was an incredibly amazing viral moment. Suspect's watch exploding. Fucking incredible. Suspect screaming at this girl and then her, you know, calmly saying that maybe he's screaming at her because the date thing didn't work out and whatever else it may be. Like, you know, like, what was wrong with that? I don't see nothing wrong with that. There was two pretty toxic people saying what they were saying. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Powerful bunch.
Yo, big up Angel Ranger.
Nothing is more ponderous than 16's Lily White ass trying to intellectualize and use word salad euphemisms to talk his way around hood rat crap. Come on.
This is your show. This is your bread and butter. This is what No Jumper is based. No Jumper's moved. Do you remember when there was a time? Big up Angel Ranger. Do you remember there was a time, right, when No Jumper News was quite good? No Jumper Live, at least Monday to Friday. They'd have a segment. I think Monday to Friday would have a different panel that will talk about the current topics in hip-hop, quote-unquote, urban news. Every day. And it was at a set time. So if you wanted a schedule, you could watch it. It was pretty decent, right? Like you could get whenever, obviously, when that old crew was there, but it was pretty decent. No Jumper has moved far away from like I can't remember the last show where they go through talking points or topics from like the news and stuff. It doesn't happen. They just sit there and start arguing or start talking about street beef and shit, gang politics. It's never been a serious, not serious, but it's never been a show like that. It's mostly been a show about conflict. It's basically like what, podcast baddies, right? In a way, West Coast male baddies or something. That's it. Embrace it. Why are you trying to act like this is not what you do? And like fucking NJ Ranger said, trying to use big words, trying to intellectualize this operation that you're running, which is essentially just, you know, inmates running the asylum type shit. Like, it's not that deep, bro. You hired a bunch of gangbangers, meth heads, crackheads, shotters, dealers and shit. You put them all into a studio. You fucking mix up the combo so they get competitive and argumentative around each other. And that's it. That's what people watch it for. They don't watch it because they want to see decent people talking about decent things, wholesome things, worthwhile things. Like, come on, man. Fuck off.
Attacking her that got a little scary for me and made me feel like, Jesus Christ, maybe this is...
Attacking her scary. What next he's going to say? He's going to say some trigger words. Uncomfortable. I'm shaking. What? Fuck off, mate. Scary. Aren't you the one antagonizing gang members? Aren't you the one fucking stoking fires, stoking fucking beef between people? Asking people about their ops live on camera so they can crash out and shit. Questioning people's gangster and shit. Pulling people up on certain things that they've said. Scary. Scary. Oh, this is the Suspect. They did you dirty, man. All my Suspect, if you're watching this, these guys did you fucking dirty.
This is not okay. But yeah, I just feel like we just can't tolerate that kind of stuff in here. It's just way over the line. I have nothing against him. I told him I have nothing bad to say about him. I'm not gonna come on here and trash him. I'm not gonna.
Flocko's so happy. Look at Flocko. Flocko's trying to pretend to look sad and look concerned, but Flocko is so happy. Poetic Flocko is over the moon. He's always hated Suspect. He's always been scared of Suspect. He's never wanted to get kelpied. He's worried he gets kelpied, he's gonna get memed out of oblivion on fucking social media. He's so happy that threat's gone.
Treat him like a sharp or anything like that, but as a business, the liability of
also, let's not talk about Sharp like that because you clickbaited him and used him in your thumbnails and shit. You put him in your titles of your videos. You probably made a clip of him on No Jumper Clips. Like, let's not disrespect Sharp like this, please. Let's not do that. Let's not disrespect Sharp like that because you're riding on his coattails as well a little bit.
Associated with having somebody on camera who we have like essentially no assurance is not going to fly off the handle like that. It's just...
That's why you have him on your channel, bro. I'm sorry. Suspect is doing too much. Sure. Should Suspect be wanting to pull out a knife and fucking Draco the Ruler somebody, RIP, because they called him a fucking bitch? No. Is that applicable? No. Should Brandon and Suspect even be warring deeply like they are anyway? Because one person thought he said the N-word with the HER. No. But that's why he's on the show, bro. The guy is volatile. The guy's argumentative. The guy's very emotional. He clearly has a short fuse, maybe some anger problems there. But you got him on that show for that exact reason. That's why Suspect is on that show. That's why he's entertaining. He's horrible to listen to in the debate. He screams and shouts and shit. But this is what No Jumper is about. He is the archetypal No Jumper host. Let's relax. No one wants to listen to fucking Lush glazing and sucking Adam's dick. No one cares about Lush. No one wants to listen to that shit. No one wants to listen to fucking Flacco stutter all over the place and make stupid nonsense, you know, arguments that no one fucking agrees with. No one wants to listen to that shit. People want to see Suspect rant and rave, crash out, and maybe fight somebody on camera. That's good fucking podcasting. That's good TV. That's good entertainment. No one wants to hear fucking, you know, Lush talk about some battle rap shit that no one fucking cares about, or suck off Adam for the 10th time. We don't care. Bring back Suspect.
It's just too big of a risk, and it's just not the kind of platform that I want to run at this point. I mean, honestly, the loose cannon situation has been a very bad look for the brand. There's definitely been artists who are just straight up like scared to come here to do interviews because of the...
Ooh, scared. They're not scared because you guys have the most serious, craziest guys as co-hosts. They're worried for their image. It doesn't look good for their brand because you guys run a fucking madhouse. You have no control over your host. You barely have control of your guests. No one's scared as if like that place is like, I don't know, he's making it seem as if like this is the scariest podcast in the world. It's not, no one's scary like that. People just care about their careers. They're not about to throw it away by sitting there. That's why Bizarre wasn't Bizarre there earlier, and he left midway through the argument. He saw what was going on and he thought, you know what, I'm out of here. That's what happens. People just don't want to be around this shit. It's not about being scared. It's just a bad look because this is all corny and lame. Where guys are ready to fucking crash out and lose their lives over fucking B-word insults. Come on.
The fact that they've seen that clip and they just feel like violence is just a normal everyday thing here. So that incident from last night, not a good look. And we just have to take sort of decisive action in order to avoid that. Now, was Brandon instigating? I think that's fair to say. But that being said, instigating with words is one thing. And if maybe this had been brought to me afterwards and it had been said like, oh, look at the way that Brandon was talking to him, blah, blah, blah. Maybe then it would have been a conversation. But
Hold on. So somebody can instigate somebody to the point where they spit at them constantly, right? Again, because they were doing it to each other. They were both pushing each other's buttons. Both parties were doing a bit too much, in my personal opinion. Especially because they got through 2.5 hours of that podcast without really coming to blows, right? They were doing some passive aggressive disses at each other. But for the most part, you have to blame this on Lush. It's Lush's fault that Brandon and fucking Suspect eventually ended up fucking coming to blows nearly. Lush is the one that fucking brought up that argument again, and then they started going off again at each other. It was perfectly fine. It would have ended with that incident, but Lush is actually the one that fucking inadvertently led to those guys beefing in the first place. But they were both bad as each other. Yes, Suspect might have brought a fucking Swiss Army knife to the fight, but if you're gonna fire Suspect, you have to fire Brandon too. That guy's only been here a couple of weeks, and look how much fucking madness he's caused. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
reality is that Sus is the one who got physical with it. And to me, it's an easy decision. If it had been the spit alone or the knife alone,
Powerful bunch.
Decision.
Big up, Eric Martinez. Hold on, what's that? Big up, Eric Martinez. Glad you said that. I left the party the other night via Uber. People are acting like I'm pussy. No, I just don't want to be around drama trouble, so I left. Brother, the amount of people that I've grown up with in my life that have unfortunately been in the wrong place at the wrong time and paid in the most costly way possible, I can't even begin to count. The amount of close shaves I've had myself personally from just hanging around for too long, wanting to see Wagwan, wanting to see how shit plays out. I can't begin to even count. Sometimes the way to actually save yourself from these nonsenses, if it doesn't involve you, even if it does involve you, is just to exit stage left before it kicks off. Because when it kicks off, there's no telling where it might go. No telling where it might go. No telling where it might go. Plus, Bizarre's a big celebrity, man. Bizarre's a hip-hop legend. Who knows? If he stays there longer anyway, who's to say that Suspect and fucking Brandon don't start feeling away and wanting to prove themselves in front of someone like Bizarre from D12 and start acting out? Who's to say? His presence alone might just add to those guys wanting to show how hard, how bad, how tough, how quote-unquote hip-hop they are. So no, allow that. If you're Bizarre at his age, you're like, I'm not here for this nonsense. To be fair, it was a weird thing for him to do anyway. I think Bizarre deserved to be maybe on a news panel show that wasn't as competitive or had many people. There's probably too many people in the room anyway for Bizarre to actually have a, any real say-so, any real influence, any real fucking whatever. He probably should have came another time. I don't know who booked him on that particular day. But him leaving was the smartest thing he's ever done. Big up Abe Martinez.
It being both of them at the same time, it's an easy decision. Now, I will address this narrative that I know that a lot of people are going to probably want to run with, since apparently Flacco ran with it in his video. Lush, do you feel like you're at fault?
Not at all.
Of course he'll say that. Of course Lush will say that. But he's definitely at fault, in my opinion. He's not at fault because he's some sort of evil genius. He's at fault because he's a fucking sniveling bastard, right? He's a fucking sniveling meth head bastard who just doesn't know when to fucking shut the fuck up. In an attempt to kind of take the heat and attention off of himself, he brought up the beef between Brandon and fucking Almighty Suspect, which led to them arguing. Because before they were talking at each other, the guests, if you noticed, if you watched the episode, they weren't talking to each other. They were almost talking to each other through other people. Like Brandon was talking to that guy over there. I forgot what his name again is. The guy that's sitting on the chair at the back, the black guy, dude. Brandon was sort of like getting his attention, trying to joke and ran with him. Suspect was trying to talk to Brandon via talking to Munchie B and talking to Lush. So they were doing quite a good job of like passively aggressively insulting each other. But then Lush had to be like, well, how about when you guys? And then they started fucking warring against each other again. It's like, fucking shut up, man. Honestly. That fucking guy deserved to get like elbowed in the fucking face, like legitimately. No, I'm not one to kind of advocate for violence, but if that would have actually gone left, Suspect and fucking Brandon should have joined forces together on some fucking Captain Planet type shit, joined their fucking rings together and actually stomped Lush's face in. He deserved it. He was a fucking terrible fucking host, terrible fucking A-Mike, repeating himself a million times, glazing people a million times, not being able to fucking, pivot onto different sort of subjects and shit, and just literally had no control of the room for the entire time the stream was on. It was just tense. And it was just waiting to erupt. And of course, Lush, like the idiot that he is, poured gasoline on that shit and it went kaboom. Then he's sitting there thinking, not at all. Not at all. Fucking buzzball Lush, Anyway. RIP Suspect. You didn't deserve it personally. I don't think you deserve to go out like that. If I'm going to be honest, I think they did you dirty. But hey, I guess you have to do what you have to do with those type of people. Let's actually check this out quickly. I want to see his Instagram actually. Where's all my Suspect's Instagram? I want to see if he said anything. What Suspect said since he got fired? I want to see what Suspect have said since he got fired. Has he said anything? Let's check out Almighty Suspect's Instagram. There he goes. Okay, he's got a lot of posts on there. Oh, he's taking it out of his bio as well already. He's already taken it out of his bio. LA the influence at the basement gaming. Deleted at 111k or 100,000 11k. Sorry, no, 111,000k. 6-figure sus, gentleman of leisure. No links there to fucking no jumper. So he's already taken it out of his profile. Let's see what he's saying in his stories. He posted obviously the flyer for the episode that got him fired. He posted a clip from the beef. He posted another clip from somebody talking about what happened, I guess. And then he posted, okay, here's his statement. There you go. I tell motherfuckers I don't think it's a good idea to do some shit. Then when it goes wrong, I'm the problem. LMFAO, okay. I get what you mean, brother. I get what you mean. But just because you said something might go wrong and it goes wrong because you played a part in it going wrong, that doesn't absolve you of blame. You are also to blame, You are also to blame. I don't think somebody calling you a bitch is license for you to stab them. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm out. Maybe I'm being a pussy. Maybe I'm being a fucking glazer. Maybe I'm not from the streets. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But I don't think somebody calling you a bitch is grounds for you to stab them. I'm not gonna lie. It might be grounds for you to have a fight, physical altercation, if that's your like trigger word. If that's your nigger that gets you fucking red, which I've always never understood as well, by the way. Somebody calls you nigger and you just like, it's almost like a word. It's almost like one of those words that kind of snaps you into a trance and you fucking see red, you turn into a fucking Hulk. I've always thought that's incredibly fucking stupid. It kind of reminds me of that time when I was in school growing up, and I think like secondary school, which is high school, right? And this foreign student from Spain transferred over and he couldn't speak a lick of English. And me and my friends convinced this boy, I think his name was Juan, right? And we convinced Juan that ice cream was an insult. And we kept calling him ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. And he would chase us around the fucking playground, super pissed off, ready to fucking tear our heads off. Later on, obviously, when he started to learn the language, he realized that ice cream isn't a fucking insult, clearly. But it's like one of those type of things. It's so fucking silly. Like, how could someone calling you a bitch make you want to fucking chef them up? That's a little bit too much. So you played a part in this too, Mr. Suspect. You played a part in it too. Next clip. Next screenshot. Suspect says, I'll be live on my YouTube this evening, like 5 or 6. Subscribe to my YouTube to hear my response. Unfortunately for Suspect, like this is how it always goes. He'll have attention for like what, maybe a week. If he can drag this out for a week, he'll probably have a lot of people on his channel, you know, wanting to hear what he wanting to hear what he has to say, wanting to hear him go bad on Adam 22, wanting to hear him, you know, for a week, and then after that it'll all go away, and then he'll have to kind of survive on the strength of his content. And last time he tried to do his own content, when there was like a bit of a pause in the no jumper content stuff, and a couple of the hosts had to leave. I don't know what the reason was, but he did that gaming channel, right, where he was, you know, he was streaming. You know, it didn't look that great, to my personal opinion, in terms of entertainment wise and shit and quality. So I'm curious to see what he's going to do now going forward, because this is going to hurt, because he hung around no jumper for a while, because you'd imagine that check was kind of nice, you know what I mean, being paid, you know, however much he gets paid to jump, to hang around, smoke weed, eat on camera, or eat on the fucking microphone, talk about shit in the culture and shit, scream at girls and stuff. It's a pretty decent gig if you're a Suspect. So this is probably going to hurt. This is probably going to make a dent. It's probably going to make a dent. So he's probably going to be on live stream a lot. But I'm also not sure if he's going to be able to retain that audience once everyone's kind of got bored or has kind of got their feel of the whole Brandon beef, because it's only so long you can talk about this shit. You know what I mean? It's like, what more is there to add? So let's see how it goes. But that's it from Suspect. Another clip here. Sister Sus, hope you see this, Sus. Look at how Lush is doing you after you got fired. He wanted you gone the whole time, dummy. This is a clip taken from the live stream. What they said here.
Do you feel like you're at fault?
Not at all. Just like 0%. But I think the whole way it transpired is really unfortunate, and I wish that there is a way that it didn't have to have this result. Like, I understand from a business perspective why, you know, that can't be tolerated.
Oh, take Adam's dick out of your mouth, you fucking idiot. He asked you, do you think you're at fault? And you turned it into, within 20 seconds, you turned it into an opportunity to suck his dick. Fucking relax, bro. Relax.
And obviously, especially considering the...
Oh, he's so disgusting, isn't it? I'm sure we've all worked with people like this before. Like co-workers, colleagues that you work with who just fucking suck off the manager. And it's even worse when the manager's a prick. You know, when you're working with a manager who's a certified across the board cunt, you all fucking hate him. But there's one member of staff that you work with that's like, oh, laughing at their jokes, being overly friendly, offering to stay over, also offering to stay later in the day to help clean up and shit, offering up fucking, you know, whether it's coming the weekend, being open to switching their holiday. I'm okay, I don't really mind. I'm not really going anywhere anyway, so I can. Shut up, you dickhead. You dickhead. Fucking hate that dude, honestly. But yeah, Suspect, yeah, I'll get whatever. I guess you have yourself to blame. Let me just take a deep breath. It's not, even though it is Lush's fault, it's not really his fault. Suspect is to blame. He's the one that fucking went crazy, went overboard. He took it too far, and it is what it is. 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 Cool. Let's continue, or let's play a couple more clips here. Another one here says, this is straight after what happened actually with his horrible, by the way, that fucking shark t-shirt is in terrible condition. That Bape Shark t-shirt with the fucking saggy neck hole, like, sometimes you're just too old to wear certain things. Lush is too old to be wearing any of this sort of stuff. He's not even old, it's just he's lame. Lush is too lame to be wearing any of these brands he wears, I'm not gonna lie. But let's see what he says here.
So like when Brandon and Sus were joking back and forth about the Wee Wee Watcher and this and that is one thing, but I do feel like Brandon antagonizing to the degree that he did regarding the put off or the BPS incident, whatever you want to call it, I feel like he was doing 10 much.
So after the beef, he says it's mostly Brandon's fault. Adam 22 comes back to the office, fires Suspect, and guess who Lush says it's his fault? Suspect's fault. See how he flip flops? You see how he's got the fucking spine of a fucking jellyfish? Fuck this guy.
He was bleeding it. He kept saying it, and I get it, but it's like, why do you have to go so personal? You're supposed to be better at winning arguments. You're supposed to be the debater. Why do you need to antagonize Sus to that degree when you're supposed to be the one that's known for using his wit, his intelligence, his mental power? When you're that guy, you're supposed to continue to be in that realm. So I don't understand why he I understand why.
Yo, this nigga's a drug addict, man. Let's just call a spade, man. This nigga's literally close as possible you can get to a crackhead. And he's still employed at No Jumper. But suspect isn't because he pulled out a fucking shank during a fight. And that no one got touched with, by the way. Let suspect back in the building, man. Just make sure just make sure suspect and Brandon aren't in the same fucking studio at the same time. It's not that deep, bro. This motherfucker's a literal druggie. He's a literal crackhead. And he's okay to be employed there. He's probably fucking smoking pipes in that fucking bathroom in between fucking shows. And he's okay to be there. Just rambling, talking shit. Like, if he can be there, suspect can be there too. Let No Jumper just be home of the degenerates. It's okay. Bring back Compo Raider, who's there already. Bring back fucking Suspect. Bring back this guy. Even bring back fucking Sharp. Just bring back all the fucking degenerates, bro. That's what No Jumper's about. It's not the home of hip-hop. No one's going there for hip-hop commentary. Or for hip-hop insight. Or for whatever, West Coast stuff. Like, you just go in there for gang politics and beef and shit. That's it. Just bring them on. Bring on the fucking one-armed stripper girl. Bring on the fucking little person, fucking OnlyFans person. Like, do all that shit. Just embrace it. Embrace the chaos. Whatever happens, happens. If it plays out, plays out. God damn it, man. What is the standards that they're suddenly having? I'm just thought about it now. Like, this guy's just rambling, talking shit. Like, if this guy's on the platform, why can't Suspect be on the platform? I know what he did was bad. I know he went too far. I know the spitting, but no one got hurt, man. Brandon's a big boy. Brandon can handle himself. Brandon's okay. I don't think Brandon's scared. I don't honestly think Brandon's actually scared of Suspect. I don't think Suspect is actually scared of Brandon. Just keep them out of each other's way. It's not that deep. It's not that hard. Make sure they keep getting paid. Add into your fucking show. Add into the bottom line and keep it moving. Don't get me wrong. It wouldn't surprise me if Suspect does get rehired. I'm not going to lie. It wouldn't surprise me if Suspect does get rehired in some sort of, like, you know, typical shit that fucking Adam will do, you know? Bring him back after saying he's never coming back. I've fired him. All this big song and dance. It wouldn't surprise me if Suspect comes back, but I just think this is just silly, really. It's silly, you know? They're trying to act professional now. They're trying to act like a legit, like, media company now. Like, come on, it's a little bit too late, bro. A little bit too late. Continuing on. This is the best one I love, to be honest. Big up the person that uploaded this one. Leaked clip of what happened when the screen went blank during the almighty Brandon altercation. This is one of my favorite clips I've seen so far in this whole thing. Showing you what happened behind the scenes. By the way, who put this out? Who's responsible for this? Who leaked this video footage? So it's okay to profit off this mess, but it's also about to get fired. They clipped this whole shit. Essentially, they put these hosts together to basically clip farm, yeah? That's what they wanted to do. They engineered the room. They purposely put two people in the same room together who've already got issues with each other, who already were on fighting terms, fighting words. Then they clipped the shit out of it, made a bunch of content out of it, which was probably going to make them a bunch of money. But now they have to fire Suspect. Come on, man. Let the inmates run the asylum. It's okay. We're entertained. We're entertained.
It was. Nigga, I spit on you. Nigga, got do nothing. Nigga got a knife. Shut up, you a bitch. You a bitch. Nigga, knew you was a that bitch. Part. Nigga, shut up. Shut up. Nigga, knew you was shut up. Nigga, you got spit on. No, I didn't.
Look how he stands. No, I didn't. Debating whether or not, I don't know, I'm not sure about you, but like, it wouldn't matter to me if I actually did get spat on. Like, if the spit actually touched me or not. It's just the idea. It's just a visual. It's just a mere illustration, right? It's the mere action of somebody spitting in your direction that's disrespectful. In some countries, actually, I think about that, in some cultures, is it disrespectful to spit in front of somebody, to spit on the ground at somebody? I'm sure that's a thing. I forgot where it was. Maybe it's Arabic countries. But if you spit on the floor in front, like in where someone's standing, like you spit in front of them, that's actually deemed to be disrespectful. That can be fighting words. That's an action where you're wanting to scrap now. You wanting to get physical. You wanting to get violent. So Brandon debating, oh, it didn't land on me. It didn't land that brother. Like these characters are fucking funny, man. It didn't land on you. That's what you're debating about.
Powerful bunch.
Look up Asada Zeus.
He tried to shoot me, but he missed, so it's good.
It's just a graze. It was just a graze. The shank missed by heart by like 5 millimeters, so it doesn't actually count, you know. I just had to kind of hold it down a bit and just cover the wound, but it just missed my heart by 100. It's not like I died or anything.
You got, yeah, you did.
No spit touch me. No spit touch me. No spit touch me.
I watched it. Nigga, I watched it.
No spit touch me.
I watched it, nigga. I watched it. Nigga, what we gonna do? What you wanna do about it? What you wanna do about it, nigga? What you wanna do about it? Meet me outside.
A part of me also thinks, much I like Brandon, right? And I love the idea that, I love how it played out, right? I love that they got into an altercation and Suspect didn't know who Brandon was. Suspect thought Brandon was just some fat dude, right? And then later on, when the altercation, you know, they go into an altercation, Suspect offered to, told Brandon to come outside, follow me, let's go fight right now. Brandon didn't move, was very calmly kind of talking back to him and clapping back and arguing. And then in the end, it kind of petered out, right? Then the next day, all these clips go up on the Snow Jumper subreddit of this Brandon dude doing like jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai and being a black belt and whatever, right? So clearly, Suspect saw that sort of stuff and kind of changed his tone. He started speaking as spicy about Brandon. But Suspect is also still just a guy from the hood, innit? Like, he's not going to take too well to the idea of people thinking that he's scared. So if anything, because he thinks people think he's scared of Brandon, he's going to overcompensate and crash out in a way to really demonstrate to everybody that he doesn't care if this guy knows to fight. He's ready to go all the way. So it's not surprising it played out the way it did. And sometimes I think to myself, I wonder if this Brandon dude is a little bit of a mug in his own way. He's a little bit of a clown, a little bit of a clown, because he knows what was going on. Like, did he purposely push Suspect's buttons for it to get to this place? Or was he so sure that he could beat up Suspect that he didn't anticipate that Suspect, because he knew he couldn't beat him up, would want to like make sure he won? You know? If you get what I mean. He's gonna make sure he's gonna win. Like, you might get a punch, you might be able to take me down to the ground, but once you get on top of me, I'm putting this fucking thing in your throat, you know? Like, he wanted to let him know that, hey, if you lay your hands on me, like if you lay your hands on me, I'm gonna cut you up like a shish kebab. Like, do not do this. So I wonder if they both kind of played into each other's hands. I wonder.
You a scary nigga.
What you wanna do about it?
You're a
What you wanna do about it?
You're a scary
What you wanna do about it, nigga? What you wanna do
Hey,
about
bro.
it? That one, nothing.
Oh, look at everybody smiling. Look at everyone smiling and being thoroughly entertained. Adam22, how are you firing these people, bro? This is blockbuster podcasting. This is blockbuster YouTube, or as Brandon Sharp would say, this is blockbuzzer. This is blockbuzzer, bro. Just put this out. Let these guys rock. It's not that deep.
Look, nothing. Look what? Do something about
Such a
it.
good pod before this happened,
Nigga.
guys. We're doing so good.
By the way,
Nigga,
Intelligent
do
dialogue.
something.
what the fuck is Lush by that guy in the back in the all white? He was making it so much worse. He was so funny. His laugh was so fucking contagious. Like, legitimately, he legitimately made the situation so much worse. He made it so much fucking worse. He just kept laughing his head off.
I was just about to say that, you know,
Security?
so
That's all
what
niggas
niggas
wanna
want
do.
to got mad.
Come do something. Come do
This
something.
is why your
Come do
ass
something.
By the way, Suspect also is acting as if like he's being blocked. This guy is another security. He's probably got a strap in that bag, but he's not that big, bro. He doesn't look that strong. If Suspect wanted to touch Brandon, he could touch Brandon. You know, that security is not that big or strong. If Suspect wanted to touch Brandon, he could. He's not really with it as well. He could have picked up something. He could have jumped over a chair. He could have really put his hands and feet on Brandon if he wanted to. I don't think he really wanted to go over there. You know, let's be fair.
Black belt was on bullshit.
Come do something,
Y'all
Black
got
belt.
the whole time. shit, no, nigga.
Come do something, Mr.
Man
Black Belt.
brought a knife to.
Come do something, Mr. Black Belt.
no weapons.
Come do something, Mr. Black Belt. Ain't no weapons,
No
police.
weapons.
It's not this laugh. The laugh is too much. It's so fucking good. He's making this. I don't know. It just reminds me of so much things that happens in ends. Like half of the fights that happen when you grow up in ends is mostly because people are just laughing and making you feel like you should be fighting, like making a mockery of the whole thing, or laughing at somebody's insult about you. So you just get hot and you just see everybody laughing at you. So like, okay, cool. I'm gonna put an end to this laughing. Somebody's gonna die today. Like, you know, it gets that heated. It's just, all it needs is somebody just to laugh. Somebody laughs at a certain octave, right? A certain note, a certain cadence, a certain level. That shit can turn dicey very quickly.
Come do something, Mr.
Now
Black
there's a knife right there.
Come
You
do
pulled it
something.
out.
Where?
Bro,
Where?
you pulled the knife out.
Where?
There was a Swiss Army
Where?
knife, bro, trying to fumble for it.
Where?
Army knife.
Where?
Yeah,
Police
yeah,
after
yeah,
you. Where?
yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
the feds. Federal
All right,
feds.
all right.
Bitch ass.
Okay, finally, because Brandon's a bit older, I'm assuming. Brandon's a little bit older. So I think finally he senses kicking. Because he's like, okay, cool. Like, you saw a weapon, you saw something. You know what I mean? Like, I think finally he senses it and he goes home. I think that's a smart move to make. Yes, you can fight. Yes, you've got fucking 200 pounds on suspect. But it doesn't matter. If this guy pokes you with something in your fucking abdomen, right? Or in your fucking rib cage and shit, you're done for. You know what I mean? It doesn't fucking matter. He hits you into an artery, whatever, you're fucked. So none of your taekwondo or Muay Thai is gonna count. So he did a smart move by just leaving. Fuck it. Like, whatever. He just left. Good idea. But I love the walk off is my favorite part. Seeing Brandon walk away is fucking crazy. Look at the walk.
Nigga, do something. Nigga, fuck about you.
I love that. That reminds me of so many guys you see in jiu-jitsu gyms and shit, right? Walking across the mat. That looks like somebody that puts their fucking trousers and their belt up super high, you know? Tucks his rash guard in, like, you can tell that. Look
About you.
I don't know about that walk. That walk made me laugh, man. That walk was so fucking good. That walk was so fucking good. He's got but that's the thing, he's a unit. That's the thing, Brandon's a unit, innit? Brandon's a unit, but he's got a relatively small head for his build. He's also got very small hands and very small feet, but he's got massive calves and thighs, you know? He's a very strange build in that respect.
Powerful bunch.
He walking straight to the vending machine.
He's feeling peckish. All that arguing, all that fucking gesticulating and beefing has got him fucking feeling peckish. You know, I need a drink. I need a protein yogurt. I just had one today, actually. I just had a bit of protein yogurt today. But yeah, I think, by the way, the amount of protein produce now in supermarkets is crazy, isn't it? I saw the other day fucking Khloe Kardashian launched protein popcorn. There's protein tiramisu, protein cereals of all kinds, protein this, protein that. Like, just nonsense, isn't it? That stuff is all full of sugar and full of shit, but it still gets me anyway. But one more time with the walk. One more time for the walk.
Nigga, fuck about you. Fuck.
Oh, fucking brilliant, man. Honestly. God bless No Jumper. God bless No Jumper. Let the mess and the nonsense continue. Let the mess and the nonsense continue. Cool, let's move on. Let's get on to what we're meant to get onto when it comes to Tfatk and shit, right? So, well, I'm going for the Tfatk thing. So, let's go to the Tfatk Reddit. What have I missed out on so far? What have I missed out? Holy shit. I actually want that on the shirt. I think I might have seen that. I actually want that on the shirt. No fucking cap. I actually might print that on the hoodie or something. That is absolutely brilliant. Umpires. Look at that. And you're out. That is fucking brilliant. That is absolutely top class. I'm not going to lie. That is legitimately top class. Put that on a hat for me. Put that on a fucking hoodie. Put that on a t-shirt. One print here on the chest pocket. One print, massive print here on the back. I'm fucking rocking that shit. That is hard. I ain't gonna lie. That is fucking hard. That is fucking hard. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'll put some dices somewhere around it as well, just to kind of integrate it and make it a little bit different. Maybe put some dices and shit to make it a little bit different, but all in all, I don't mind that. Maybe I'll trace the person a little bit better than this. Maybe that person's not traced as well. Maybe I'll trace it a little bit more. That tilt, like that tilt kind of gives it a little bit of action. Kind of makes it feel like he's moving, right? That's fucking brilliant. I love that. Big up the user that made that one. Bryan defending Diddy, saying Cassie signed up to get beat up and needs to take responsibility. Excuse me? No way you said that.
I got beat up worse than her.
CTE.
I got beat up way worse than her multiple times. I didn't get 30 mil.
Where'd you begin with that kind of reasoning? Where'd you begin with trying to make sense or trying to push back or trying to counter that sort of reasoning? I got beat up worse than Cassie. How come she gets 30 mil and I don't? Maybe because one thing was done as a crime, one thing was done under duress, one thing was done as it was done in a sanctioned sporting event. Maybe that's why. What, do you want to go to court and fucking, I don't know, sue all those guys that fucking knocked you out and claim damages or something? Do you want to do that, Brendan? Like, what the fuck is he even talking about? Sometimes it's like I guess that's his attempt to try and have a hot take. Like, I think, to be fair to the guy, I don't think he actually means what he says. He's probably just trying to be a contrarian or trying to go viral or trying to have like a spicy hot take and say those type of things. That's what he's trying to do on purpose. So it's not even like he means what he says, which is even worse. If you're going to say a dicey, racy, edgy thing, at least mean it, you know? At least say it with your chest, you know? It's like Owen Benjamin. Owen Benjamin's out here dropping hard ERs all over the place, right? Saying some mad shit about Jews and stuff and being very problematic, let's say. But you know Owen Benjamin means that shit. You know Owen Benjamin means that shit with all of his heart. So at least mean that shit, you know? Let's not fucking try and just cause controversy for controversy's sake. Let's mean it from our bottom of our heart, at least.
That's a lot of money.
Granted, I signed up for it.
Yeah, she did too, in a way. I'm not saying she signed up for that abuse. No.
They're such pussies, isn't it? They're such pussies. I'm not saying she did sign up. No, you are saying that, Bryan. Just say it with your chest. You are saying it. And he's only saying that as a way to talk about his own situation. These guys, Bryan especially, doesn't care about Cassie. Doesn't care about this whole Diddy thing. He's just trying to use that case as a reason to justify some of his past actions and to maybe explain away why some people are accusing him of rape that he didn't do or that he denies that he did because they technically signed up for it. I bet you Bryan probably thinks of those instances the same way Joey Diaz thinks of those instances. You know those Joey Diaz clips that fucking podcast cringe? I think Twitter tried played one time that broke my heart, right? During that video where Joey Diaz is saying some very dicey things about what he used to get up to with girls and shit, open micers back in the day, essentially, you know, making them, or not making them, you know, I guess making them is a thing, but, you know, exchanging stage time for blowjobs and shit. And I bet you Bryan's probably got the similar opinion of those women that Joey Diaz has, in that, hey, you signed up for this. This is stand-up comedy. This is dog eat dog. This is very competitive. You're in LA. You're performing at the Comedy Store. Everyone wants to be here. This is the Mecca. Mitzi Shaw.
Powerful bunch.
Yo, big up, Sozies.
You're my Cassie now. What am I? A big bad Diddy?
That's fucking brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. Big up Sozies. You're my Cassie now. It's fucking insane. It's very, very dark. Big up Sozies. But yeah, Bryan's used this as an excuse to kind of justify his own terrible actions. Let's get back to the clip.
That, I'm telling you, when I saw that beating, I was like, "You are that scumbag." So you lost everything.
Cassie tells Diddy trial she would give back the $20 million to redo it all over again. No, you wouldn't.
No,
no, you.
No, she said she. Yes, she. That's not trauma works, brother. sometimes the trauma itself isn't actually. Sometimes the compensation that you get for the trauma that you receive cannot even come close to dealing with it. Cannot even come close to ridding of you that experience. So yes, the money is probably great. Right? She's probably cashed out on it. She's probably going to cash out on it in a serious way, because I've heard people say that regardless of what happens with this trial with Diddy, that most likely he'll also be sued in the civil courts for a bunch of money too. So it'll probably finish him when it comes to his finances and stuff. So Cassie's probably going to be in for a massive windfall. But considering what she's been through over the years, considering that she never said a peep and kept this guy's secret for all those years, kind of, you know, for whatever reason, suffered in fucking silence, she deserves every fucking penny of that, especially when you consider the amount of people in the record industry that knew what was going on behind the scenes. Because at least with Cassie, you can give her the fucking benefit of doubt and say that she was super young. She came into the industry at 18. She met Diddy, I think, when she was like 21 or something. So super green. She even confesses in the fucking court when she testified that the first time she actually gave anybody oral and shit was with Diddy. She was that sexually inexperienced. So imagine the kind of control and the influence and whatever else that you had over her for somebody that age. But she still had the wherewithal to kind of keep herself together, not fucking die, which is really possible. Every time I read some of the transcripts, I think it's actually quite incredible that Cassie survived this whole shit on her own. And a bunch of people in the industry never said nothing, never spoke up for her, never defended her and shit. She had to suffer everything by herself. Everything on her own. Suffer. So yes, in this particular case, you know, so similar to some other cases, I think that woman deserves every fucking penny. Legit, every fucking penny. And when she says, hey, none of this money is actually going to undo the harm that I've received, I believe her, bro. I believe her. That sort of stuff that you go through, like, I don't know, man. That some people don't even get over heartbreak that they had in their early 20s. Could you imagine trying to make sense of that experience that you had with fucking Diddy when you're in your early 20s? Can you imagine that sort of experience that lasted more than 10 years? Well, how that is the fucking deal. And these guys are here joking, shucking and jiving over it, acting like you're only in it for the money. Money's an important thing. Maybe to you it is. Other people, money really doesn't matter that much when it comes to these sort of events. Money doesn't actually, money sometimes pales in comparison to the pain that you suffered.
It wouldn't.
See, that, my thing, Bubba,
Kick me in
is
stuff.
my thing is that you got to take responsibility for the condition you're in.
Yeah. Powerful bunch.
Jesus.
She liked the way the fist taste.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing, skin it. Perfect timing, skin it. Perfect timing. You've got to take responsibility. Like, excuse me? You've got to take responsibility. So what? Was Cassie wearing too much lip gloss? Was her skirt too short? Huh? Was she showing too much cleavage? Is that why she got done what she got done to her? These fucking guys, man. These, honestly. You can always trust Tfatk to be on the wrong side of history. Always.
Yeah.
And you got to take responsibility for being in something for 8 years. 8 years? Come on. You got to take responsibility.
You have access to money and shit?
You got to take responsibility. You're not just a victim. Take responsibility.
You're not just a victim. This is a guy with daughters, by the way. This is a guy, no, I think no, with a daughter, not daughters. I don't know if he's got two. But regardless, this is a guy that has a teenage daughter. This is a guy that has a teenage daughter. But to be fair to Bryan, he's also a bit of a dirtbag. Because his wife now, his second wife is like in her 30s, isn't it?
Powerful bunch.
Big up your old vibes.
So all of his victims came out to get what? Some cho holds and a bottle of Alpha Brain?
Leftover crates of Tiger Thick whiskey. Or that, what's that drink they fucking drink? What's that thing called on the table called again? What's that shit called? Mushroom something, planet, I don't know what the fuck that, elephant something, whatever that fucking shit is called.
Everybody has to take responsibility. That's my thing. It's like there's this narrative that she was a wilting flower and was under his spell and under. Well, you're an adult. You're an adult. You made a shitload of money, and it was a very abusive relationship. You have to, as a human being, say, "I'm out no matter what here," but that never happened until.
What is he even talking about? You made a shit ton of money. Like, what's he talking about? Is he talking about what she got after, or is he talking about what she got when she was with Diddy? I don't think she made that much money when she was with Diddy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think she was fucking super wealthy. She might have been well off. She might have been looked after, but I don't think her career never really went that way. It was unfortunate because I think she was quite talented and had the potential, but her career never really hit those heady heights. And now we know why. Now we know why she never really fulfilled her potential. What's this guy even talking about? Is he conflating the fact that she got paid before the court case as that like, I don't even know. I don't even know how to even describe or to fucking rationalize what they're trying to say. Either way, they're fucking wrong and they're talking out their fucking asses. But I'm also aware that they're trying to go viral. They're trying to clip farm. They're trying to spark up some debate, spark up something to get this fucking dying podcast back into relevancy in some regards. Which is real. That's a real crying shame about this. They don't even believe what they're saying. You know, that's the thing that really stinks about this whole shit. They don't actually believe what they actually say. You know, they're just saying it for the fact that they want to say it to try and get some attention online. And these motherfuckers are in their late 40s, early 60s when you're Bryan. Like, I don't know. What a way to make a living, innit? What a fucking way to make a living. Let's continue. Bappa is at his happiest when he's absolutely redacted as fuck. What even is this dancing? What's this about? Brendan dancing. What's he doing here? This is gonna be hard to watch, isn't it?
Check it out. Ready? Here we go. Here we go.
Nick's like, say the N word.
Right here. Listen.
It's almost like you see the special needs in it. You see what fucking Theo used to say about Brendan sometimes. Like, there's barely anybody there in it. Like, he's struggling to like rub those two neurons together. Like, you know what I mean? Barely anyone there. Barely anyone there. Almost impossible to try and like coordinate or think of two things at the same time. He's trying to keep attention. He's trying to keep an eye out or trying to pay attention to the music video, to the lyrics. Trying to also coordinate his arms and move his body around. It's just this weird motion that's going on at the same time. Truly a fascinating creature. Very, very fascinating.
You wet.
That's fucking.
You wet.
Classic Brendan, by the way. Always repeat the joke twice. Classic Brendan. That's another fucking thing that you would know if you watch a lot of this stream. You watch a lot of fucking Tfatk. You're in the fucking Reddit. Classic Brendan. Always, when the joke doesn't land the first time, repeat it the second time. True comic genius.
You wet.
That's fucking.
You wet. It is a summer jam, dude.
It is a summer jam.
It's a gay boy summer.
Powerful. It's a gay boy.
We used to lock people like him in the back room of Grandma's house.
Still one of the best accomplishments that he's ever made in life is the fact that he's been able to make millions despite being like absolutely redacted. Don't get me wrong, he ran through it. He probably ran through it probably a little bit too quickly. Some would say the main reason why he's even moving to Texas is because he's run out of money. He probably can't afford to live in LA long term. You would imagine even though he sold his house at a loss, he probably bought the same property size in Texas for probably $1 million, if that. He's probably still got enough to pay for his kids' private school for the next few semesters and terms and shit. He's still probably got enough to buy a car. Like, living in Texas to LA is like pretty decent. So he's actually, to be fair to him, he's actually had a good run. Like, it's actually been a good run from like the time that he started Tfatk, met Rogan to now. He's had a really good run of work, of doing a job that a lot of people would love to do. Being, moving to a beat of his own drum, making a bunch of money, despite literally being a double IQ person. Low double-digit IQ. You can tell this guy, there's not a lot there going on. So it's actually one of his best accomplishments. It's probably hard to accept that sort of thing and be proud about it. But the biggest accomplishment he's ever done was actually being able to make his career pop off post sort of like UFC. It's truly fascinating, truly incredible.
It's a gay
fucking
summer.
grocery eating summer.
Powerful bunch.
Yo, big up Black American.
Repeat the joke, then stare at someone to indicate they should be laughing.
Big up Black American. Repeat the joke, then stare at somebody while making a redacted face, and then hope they laugh. That's what he does. Exactly. Always. Just do some sort of comedy face. Some sort of face. Like, whatever happened to people using their words for comedy, hey? Whatever happened to whatever happened to the good old days where people would use their words when they wanted to make people laugh? What happened to the good old days? Anyway, continuing on.
Take out your car windows. Oh,
what a beauty, bro. What a fucking beauty, bro. What a fucking look at that. Look at Uche and Young Old Vibes' guy, huh? Look at Uche and Young Old Vibes' guy. Look at that. Handsome motherfucker, bro. What an absolute piece, isn't it? Big up this beauty. Big up this blood club beauty. Let's move on. A beast of a role model for the kids. Like, it's so like the way he walked over was just so aggressive and so unnecessary. Like, could you imagine the stuff that he's done that we haven't seen? Could you imagine the stuff that he's done on that fucking round that we haven't seen? Look at that. His body language is so aggressive. Like, he actually wants to put hands and feet on that fucking umpire. The umpire can kind of sense it too. He knows this guy's ready to fight. He says the wrong word. That might fucking send Brendan to, that might send Brendan on some Aaron Hernandez type flex. You know what I mean? He might legitimately turn into that guy. Big up Yoga Vibes. AZ got jokes. I'ma smack the asthma out of you for that. Don't, man. I might actually die. You smack me too hard. I'm actually having chest pains. Grasping for breath. If Papa beats his game, he will get invited to the mothership. If Papa beats this game, he will get invited to the mothership. Let's see what this is about.
Kill Tony, the video game.
God, the mothership is so cool. Elon freaking Musk.
This is awesome. How do you even play?
Well, you got to pick your character first.
Choose your character.
So you can either do average white guy, which is hard mode.
This is fucking brilliant. Who are these guys? This is fucking brilliant. Autism 316. Look at his t-shirt. The Stone Cold 316 flip is so good.
Black guy.
Medium mode. Easy mode.
Disabled guy. Or you can do chick with big tits, which is super easy mode.
Big tits are hilarious.
The bigger, the funnier.
Straight white guy.
Who's on the panel?
I just did random select, so I got Bill Cosby and then Adam Ray as SpongeBob SquarePants.
God.
Bill Cosby, Adam Ray, SpongeBob. That's brilliant.
He is so good, you can't even tell it's him.
Are you ready for the best video game you've ever played in your...
Oh, look at the impression of Tony Hinchcliffe. You hear his voice. You hear how nasally and raspy it is. That's such a good impression of Tony Hinchcliffe.
Well, it's him.
Are you ready for the best video game you've ever played in your fucking life?
And what do you do?
So they give you 3 prompts, you have to make a joke. Okay, so here's mine. So
gay black one line.
So I have to make a joke out of these 3. Okay, here we go. I have a gay black friend. I guess you could say he has Kool-Aids.
That's so stupid. But it's so on point. It sounds exactly like a Kill Tony joke a comedian would do. It's so fucking dumb. So fucking dumb. Oh my god.
Yes! This is the hardest part of the game. This is the interview.
Interview?
Yep, basically you have to say something shocking and personal about yourself to impress Tony. If Tony doesn't like your interview, it's game over.
So, tell us something interesting about yourself.
When I was 7 years old, I molested my uncle.
Again, given how much we've watched of Kill Tony on this stream, sometimes with you guys, I've done this by force. Apologies for those of you who've not enjoyed it. That is also on point. Like the molestation stories, isn't it? That is also on point. It's almost weird how often that seems to happen, isn't it? People having molestation stories or some sort of weird sexual thing.
I fucking love it.
That's how it's done, boys. Take notes.
Now that was fucking epic. The next.
I love all the fucking extra curse words and the fucking and stuff. That's such a good impression of Tony Hinchcliffe, honestly. The nasally, raspy voice and the overuse of the fucking fuck it. Oh, by the way, look at Red Band. Red Band looking absolutely terrible still there in the face. I love it. That's a fucking right. He sounds like Chelsea Handler.
Big comedy star, perhaps. Here's a golden notebook. Keep up the good fucking work.
Dude, you got a notebook.
The highest honor in Austin comedy.
And now what?
Well, now you go outside and you try to get laid by telling women that you were on Kill Tony this past week. Hi, I was on Kill Tony this week. Will you have sex with me?
No, get away from me.
Get over here. Come here, bitch.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Get over here. She's screaming. Yo, that is fucking brilliant. I'm about to go back. That's my favorite bit. That's deranged, but probably very accurate to what actually happens in real life.
That you were on Kill Tony this past week. Hi, I was on Kill Tony this week. Will you have sex with me?
No, get away from me.
Get over here. Come here, bitch.
So good. So fucking good. So fucking good. Big up the person that made this, by the way. Don't know who you are, but you fucking killed it. Big up the person that did it. Big up the person that did it. Absolute bad boys. You can really see the lip filler in action on this old clip.
Here's the thing. People with fast cars, especially big guys with dope cars, the one thing people do, it doesn't matter if you're any of size, they go.
Any of size, you know. This is when he was short-circuited for all the booze, isn't it? This is all the alcohol talking, isn't it? This happens when you probably drink too much. You're probably in too much gear. His brain's just like clogged. It's fucking hazy. It's foggy. It's just not firing on all cylinders, isn't it? Any of size, any what?
Here's the thing. People with fast cars, especially big guys with dope cars, the one thing people do, it doesn't matter if you're any of size, they go, how do you fit in that thing? It's like, any of size, they go, it doesn't matter if you're any of size, it doesn't matter if you're any of size, they go, how do you fit in that thing? It's like, oh, that's your takeaway from this dope ass car? Jeez, I can't believe you fit in that thing. Yeah, okay. That's the takeaway, huh? Twin turbo Lamborghini.
It's kind of wild that he got lip fillers, isn't it? And no one said anything. That's one of the reasons why you knew comedy was dead. When this guy started getting lip fillers and none of his other comedic friends, none of his other friends in comedy would make fun of him or fucking ridicule him for getting lip fillers. Lip fillers.
Aventador.
He's racing it.
Is he racing it?
Oh, you know, at the track.
That's not Aventador. That's the smaller one. I can't. Again, it's not even hating on big guys in sports cars. I just can't. I can't believe he fits in there.
I know.
Like,
That's a double-digit IQ thing. He just said the same thing that he gets annoyed by, those cliche questions and shit, right? When it comes to people that drive, when it comes to big guys that drive fast luxury cars, and then he ends up saying the exact same thing that he says annoys him about somebody else in less than 30 seconds. He just contradicts himself. Contradiction in less than 30 seconds. That's amazing. One more time. One more time. One more time.
Here's the thing. People with fast cars, especially big guys with dope cars, the one thing people do, it doesn't matter if you're any of size, like any of size, they go, how do you fit in that?
By the way, where do you think those glasses are right now? Where do you think those fucking... Because those glasses look like prescription. I'm not going to lie. Those lenses look like they're thick. Like his eyes have been... Look, his eyes are magnified. Those lenses look thick. Those are some thick lenses. Where do you think those glasses are right now? Because he actually needs glasses. He actually can't see that well. Because those glasses look like... They look, you know... That's a magnification there. That's some correction there. I wonder where those glasses are this very minute as we speak. Maybe in the fucking local river with the other fucking fishes and shit that he threw out from his fucking whatever fish tank.
That thing. It's like, oh, that's your takeaway from this dope ass car? Jeez, I can't believe you fit in that thing. Yeah, okay. That's the takeaway, huh? Twin turbo Lamborghini, Aventador.
He's racing it.
Is he racing it?
Oh, you know, at the track.
That's not Aventador. That's the smaller one. I can't. Again, it's not even hating on big guys in sports cars. I just can't. I can't believe he fits in there. Like,
oh, that's your takeaway? That's your takeaway? Bit of Popeyes, huh? A little McDonald's, some KFC, some Burger King. That's your takeaway? Oh, brilliant, dude! Brilliant fucking guy. Literally forgets what he said in the next 20 seconds. Amazing. Gotta love it. We love the third amendment down here in Texas. Oh yeah, by the way, that also might be something we might see. We might see Brendan going to Terran. Is Terran Tactical based in Texas, by the way? People in the stream chat, do you guys know? That guy Terran or that place Terran Tactical, the one that everyone goes to do those fucking gun shooting drills at. Is that based in Texas? Maybe we'll see a lot of Brendan doing content over there and kind of digging into that bit. Maybe is that possible? I don't know. It's in California. Okay, cool. Big up Vagabond. No, it's in Cali. Okay, cool. So I'm wondering, will we see? Is it possible that we'll see Brendan sort of lean into the whole gun thing over in Texas, or is that whole arc gone? Because I think the gun thing probably lends itself more to being into trucks, isn't it? He could probably get into the gun thing and make that part of his new personality because of the trucks and because of all that sort of shit. That could be a possibly new interest hobby that he gets into. Suddenly he starts talking about AR-15s, he starts talking about recoil, he starts talking about ammunition, he starts talking about right to bear arms, he starts becoming one of those fucking open carry advocates and shit, you know? I think that might be on the cards with Texas Move coming. That might be on the cards, you know? Land of the free, home of the brave, all that malarkey. Beast of a dad.
ooh, that's my asshole. My bad, guys.
Jesus. He looks like he's out of breath. He looks like he's out of breath, innit? One more time. He looks like he's out of breath, bro.
Ooh, that's my asshole. My bad.
Fucking hell, Brendan. He legitimately looks like he's out of breath from just bending over and standing. He didn't even put on. That would have been better, right? Because this meme has already been done. He kind of does this too much, but I think this is the only idea that he can do. You know, that I think that brand that sponsors him with the fucking drinks and shit, Rain, are happy with. If you're gonna do this, at least wear the fucking outfit, which he has already, right? He has that Spider-Man outfit. Maybe he's throwing it away, I don't know, but he has the outfit just to kind of do it. But he legitimately looks like he was gonna blow his back out, just bending over and standing up again.
Ooh, that's my asshole. My bad, guys. If you want to
former professional athlete, by the way, former professional athlete,
live large and get locked in, get athletic. 2 milligrams of pure THC in each mint, so your breath doesn't smell like my asshole. Athletic.com. Damn, I need a new suit.
I need a new suit, but you're not wearing the suit. So they kept the same script. So they used the same script they would have used if Brendan actually wore the suit, because the suit would have been ripped, because it plays on the idea that this guy that's doing the fucking flip has a suit on that's ripped, right? Like, yeah, that's the whole meme of it. The guy's got a suit on that's ripped to the butt cheeks. So he uses the same script but doesn't actually use the suit. Cool. Makes sense. We spoke about Chin leaving his apartment, right? Chin's officially left his apartment with the 7 balconies.
It is getting real up in her. Moved to Austin, Texas in like 2 months notice, I think it was. Maybe 3, I don't know. Still just like way too soon. We'll see how this goes.
I'm the type of neighbor, I'm not gonna lie, I'm the type of neighbor in an apartment building. If you're recording a vlog down the fucking hallway, I'ma scream through the door. Shut the fuck up, you know? Like if you're recording a whole fucking vlog as you're walking down the hallway of an apartment building, I'ma say I'm that kind of neighbor. I'ma open the door. I'ma do that whole Karen look. I'ma open the door and do the old Karen look down the hallway. What the fuck are you doing, man? Can you not do that when you're outside, please? Or maybe when you're in your own flat. I'm gonna pop my head out of the fucking hallway. What the fuck are you talking to yourself for in the fucking hallway like this?
I'm excited, but I'm just really, really stressed right now. But yeah, everything works out. We'll figure it out. One thing I won't miss.
He's probably stressed because most likely he's doing the whole move of his apartment by himself, because you know, not a lot of friends are gonna be okay to like spend the weekend helping you move, right? Even your bestest friends, like it's not really fair. Some people do it, but I don't really think it's fair to judge your friends if they don't show up or turn up for you in terms of helping you move to places. Like, come on, like relax. So not a lot of people are gonna do that. Plus, a lot of his friends are older and have families and shit. So he's probably having to do the whole move of his whole apartment, or moving his stuff from LA to Texas, whilst also doing the fucking move of the studio from LA to Texas. He's probably having to handle 2 of those things by himself. Brendan isn't helping with the studio or anything. He's having to do everything on his own. So it's probably taking his toll, and he's probably really fucking stressed. Which also might explain the drinking. I'm not going to lie. Thinking about it now. The recent spike in drinking, the fact that he's got crazy high blood pressure or whatever else it may be, and he's taking blood pressure meds, I wonder if this has all been because of the stress that he was feeling towards a move.
This about California, specifically LA, is this.
But I swear there's traffic in Texas too, isn't it? I remember seeing you guys saying in the stream chat, there's a lot of traffic actually in Texas, so I don't know why he's acting like he's not going to be in traffic anymore. Now he's moving to Austin, Texas. I swear they have a lot of traffic there too. Maybe it's not the same as LA, but it's pretty bad, I would assume, no? Anyway, what do I know? I'd imagine, especially with it being close to the border, just, you know, it'd make a lot of sense why there'd be a lot of traffic there. But hey, again, I don't know jack shit. I'm just a boy talking out my ass. Cool, let's get to the fucking Tfatk episode where they speak about some shit, right? Where is it? Let's go to Tfatk episode. Where is it? Actually, should we break things up a bit? Yeah, let's break things up a little bit. Let's do a little bit of Andrew Tate, then we'll do Tfatk. So, Andrew Tate video courtesy of FESIFY. Andrew Tate charged in the UK. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate have been charged in the UK with like 21 offences. Pretty gnarly. Pretty fucking gnarly. Let's press play.
The trafficking of minors and the rape of a 15-year-old girl.
England.
Oh, big up Young Old Vibes. So, big up Young Old Vibes. Yes, it's horrible. Okay, yeah, exactly. Big up Game Bread Footballer, get a woman. Big up Game Bread Footballer telling Chin to get a woman. What do you want him to get? Does she have to be conscious? That's what you have to ask him. Or that's what he would ask you. Does she have to be conscious? Does she have to have a heartbeat? Does she have to come willingly? Big up Jack Donny Jr. It kind of funny if Chin died right before. Yo, Jack Donny Jr. It would be kind of funny if Chin died right before the first Texas show. Fucking hell. Big up Young Old Vibes. Took me an hour to go 20 miles. Jesus Christ. Cool. Let's go back. Let's go.
The trafficking of minors and the rape of a 15-year-old girl.
England now has some British case against me. They're saying in 2008, I assaulted somebody. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Doesn't even say. On the arrest warrant, it says 2008 assault. That's it. No time, no place, no person.
So
you could also say you deny it, right? A strange way to talk about an assault you got, no? You could just say, I unequivocally deny raping anybody or touching anybody in 2008. You don't need to say like, oh, it doesn't even say who it is. What? You could just say, I did not rape anybody, I did not touch anybody, I did not assault anybody in 2008. I've not assaulted anybody in 2007, I've not assaulted anybody in 2009 or any other year. Instead of saying, I don't even know who it is.
Romania failed, now England tries. The Matrix is angry. They do this to any man who goes against them. Never give up, men, never give in. Do not be scared. Strength and honor.
No when, no where. Imagine I told you 15 years ago you assaulted someone.
UK prosecutors have confirmed they've authorised 21 charges against influencer brothers Andrew and Tristan Tate, including rape, actually body harm and human trafficking. Andrew Tate, 38, faces 10 charges, which include a rape, actually body harm, human trafficking and controlling prostitution with gain to 3 alleged victims, whereas Tristan Tate, 36, faces 11 charges including rape, actually body harm and human trafficking, connected to 1 alleged victim.
According, if you look up the BBC archives, I'm the worst man in the world. I'm the most dangerous person on the planet. The fact that, I mean, the UK hates me the most, but the fact that UK has a stabbing epidemic, an acid attack epidemic, random people turning up on the borders without passports, homeless crisis, energy crisis, old people freeze to death because they can't afford their electricity bills, food is crazy, inflation, it's just entered a recession. The entire
I'm not going to lie. If you've been accused of the crimes he's been accused in, no, I'm not going to lie. If you've been accused of the crimes that Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate have been accused in, I'm not going to lie. I'm just fucking up my words today. If you've been accused of the crimes Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate have been accused of, engaging in whataboutisms isn't really a solid defense. I'm not going to lie. It's not a solid defense for me. All those things he says about this country and about the state of society and politics and policing and shit, it's true. It is a bit fucked up right now. But that also doesn't excuse or explain or anything the things that you've been fucking accused of or this time charged with, which are pretty serious crimes. You might want to come out and unequivocally deny any of these fucking charges and say that you didn't do these things and vehemently state and vigorously state that you're going to defend yourself to the end of the world and clear your name. But saying, oh, there's a stabbing epidemic in London and they're worried about me. Huh?
Country's failing in real time by every metric you can measure a society by. And what do the politicians talk about when they go to parliament? Andrew Tate says women can't drive. Andrew Tate says women can't drive. We need to stop this man. Insane. What they're actually doing, and I don't think many people realize, is what politicians and the elites have come up with this great idea is that they don't want to fix any of the problems of society. What they want to do is attack the people who highlight the problems of society. So we have all these problems and we don't want to fix them. So let's get anyone who tells people about the problems in trouble so that nobody talks about them so they can continue rampantly. So they
Yo, big up Ason. I know I've got an American brain, but what race is Tate? I've heard allegedly he's got some black in him. I don't know how that works. Maybe it's some grandfather or something or great relatives, but I'm assuming he's, I don't know, some version of white mix. I'm not sure what his ethnicity is actually. Let's just check that up. I'm not sure. And
Powerful bunch.
Ethnicity.
But Your Honor, the old people are freezing.
Big up Asad Aziz. Let's see what it is. He's biracial. Really? He's got a fucking black dad. Really? He doesn't look it at all. He's biracial. His African-American father, Emery Tate, was chess international master, with his white English mother, Eileen Tate, worked as a catering assistant. His younger brother, Tristan, and younger sister, Janine. Andrew Tate's dad is black. Let me see what Andrew Tate's dad looks like, actually. Let's see if we can find a picture of him. Emery Tate. Raw Ted. Is that what he actually looks like? Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Maybe you can tell when they're a bit younger here, but I'd never know. I'd honestly never know that Andrew Tate was fucking mixed race. As in, like, black. To be fair, his dad is also a bit like, wow. I had no idea. I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea. I had fucking no idea. Okay, fair play. And I guess that's a sister there, right? That's a sister. Okay, fair play. Let's continue on. Big up FESIFY.
They don't want to fix the crime in the inner cities, but if you talk about it, you get in trouble. That's what they're doing now. They're shutting up the people who point out the obvious, as opposed to fixing the things that need to be fixed.
The two British Americans are under investigation in Romania, facing a number of charges over there, which they deny. A Crown Prosecution Service spokesperson said, "We can confirm that we've authorised charges against Andrew and Tristan Tate for the offences. These charging decisions followed a receipt of a file of evidence from Bedfordshire Police. A European arrest warrant was issued in England in 2024 as a result of the Romanian courts, ordering the extradition to the UK of Andrew and Tristan, meaning they'll be forced to come back to face these charges. However, the domestic criminal matters in Romania must be settled first. The Crown Prosecution..."
They're fucked in it. Like, there's no way the Romanian government, after causing such a stink, after making such a kerfuffle, there's no way the Romanian government aren't gonna charge them, aren't gonna find them guilty of at least one of the charges brought against them over there in Romania. Then when that's done, they're gonna face the charges here in the UK. They are well and truly fucked in it. I think they both know it, so they're just probably enjoying whatever days of freedom that they have now, make a bunch of money as they're out now. We probably also might explain why they've been hustling quite hard, no pun intended, streaming a bunch, doing a lot of appearances and stuff. Because I think they know their days are numbered. Their days are fucking numbers. Like, they're going to be in prison for a long time, it feels like. Who knows? Maybe they get off it, but I don't think so. I think given the amount of negative press they got already, given the level of, given the severity of the things that they've been accused of, you know, like, it just doesn't seem likely they're going to walk away from this scot-free. And there's also, you know, the whole thing of, like, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. I just think, you know, yes, it's, you know, it's all well and good talking about the Matrix and trying to bring you down and silence you, but it's like, I don't know, bro. You were kind of running these cam whorehouses, innit? You were kind of doing these cam girl things. You were kind of in like an Eastern European, Central European country that's known for, like, you know, nefarious things, getting your rocks off. Like, you played, you know, you played amongst some very dangerous people. Now you're paying. It's just kind of, you know, it is what it is. You can't just wash that away with like cryptocurrency and like Discord groups and shit. It doesn't work that way.
Prosecution Service reminds everyone that the criminal proceedings are active and defendants have a right to a fair trial. It's extremely important that there be no reporting, commentary or sharing information online which could in any way prejudice these proceedings.
But can I take him back to President Trump's reliability? 4 British women have accused Andrew Tate of rape and human trafficking.
When they start discussing you by name, first and last name, in the House of Commons, British people, we love to be tattletales. We love to fucking tell. We love to fucking point fingers. We love to convict. We love to quote unquote spoil fun. If they start mentioning you by first and last name in the House of Commons, your days are numbered.
And British police have issued arrest warrants. The Tates have tried to escape justice, first to Romania, now to the United States. But I'm delighted that Florida has thankfully opened a criminal investigation. But does the Prime Minister agree?
Again, you would think, it's interesting, isn't it? You'd think they'd get some grace in Florida. Isn't Florida like a Republican place as well? Don't they have a Republican senator there that's leading them? I don't know, you would have assumed. But I guess their allegations against them, the crimes against them are so severe, even the guys and girls in Florida weren't nice. There's nothing to do with it. Like, fuck that shit.
That people who are wanted by British police of such appalling crimes should stand trial in our country. And given
big old disease, to quote the great philosopher Bryan Callen, those women need to take responsibility for what they did.
His assessment that President Trump really is a reliable ally, will his government request an urgent extradition of the Tate brothers?
Yeah.
Prime Minister.
This is a live issue, as he'll appreciate, and therefore I'll tread carefully. But the principle is absolutely clear. Justice must be done in all cases, including in this case. But I won't go into the details because this is a live case, as he knows.
An international arrest warrant was issued by Bedfordshire Police for the siblings over allegations dating back to 2012 to 2015, which they deny. They are already obviously facing prosecution in Romania over allegations of trafficking minors, sexual intercourse with a minor and money laundering. A separate case against them in which they are accused of human trafficking and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women has been sent back to prosecutors. They're struggling in Romania. Now the UK will have an attempt at trying to put the brothers behind bars at some point.
And I was like, okay, what are we getting extradited for? They're like, in 2009, you attacked a woman. So what do you mean attacked? Don't know, it says violence, it's the Romanian guy. He goes, it says violence against women in 2009. I'm like, what woman?
2009?
Yeah. I was like, what woman? Doesn't say. Where? Doesn't say. When? Doesn't say. It says attack against a woman in 2009. Extradite. So I guess they've gone through my whole past and found some bitch from 2009 who wants a payday.
Yeah.
And they hit me with this extradition warrant with no details. I don't know who this person is. I don't know where it happened. I don't know the date. How do I defend myself? Do you have a statement? I was like, me give a statement. You give.
Like, what? Did you not assault somebody in 2009? If you didn't do it, just say you didn't do it. Why do you want, like, what a weird way to defend yourself. Tell me details. No matter who it is, you can just say, I did not physically assault any woman in 2009. You can just say that categorically. It's not that difficult, really. But I guess if you've actually done it, it's hard to say it, innit? If you know you've done it, even you yourself can't say it, you know? It's kind of hard for those words to come out because you know you're lying to yourself. So if you're lying to yourself, you have to kind of at least make it believable. So you kind of, go around in circles and say everything without actually categorically denying what you did. Makes sense.
Give a statement. You tell me in 2009, fuck it, even if you told me the date, I wouldn't know where the fuck I was. I don't know when this was, where this was, who this is. What can I say? This is bullshit.
Also, it's 2008, brother. He's not talking about it's not as if he's talking about 1992. It's 2008. You should remember that. Let's be real. Especially if it's a physical assault. If it's something to do with violence, you should have some memory of it.
The Romanian judge said this is garbage. We're not going to extradite him. We're going to keep him in Romania to finish his Romanian cases. And when they finish, then we'll consider extraditing him to the UK. That was that shit.
They're essentially wanted here. As soon as they land, they will be arrested, I'm sure, and taken into custody if they do not seem like they're going to settle and face this in a trial. Andrew Tate is also being sued by 4 other women after the Crown Prosecution Service denied to prosecute in 2019. He has denied the allegations. Lawyer Matt Jury, representing several alleged British victims of Andrew Tate, we welcome the clarity from Crown Prosecution Service that our authorities are working to ensure Tate faces justice here in the UK. He cannot be allowed to escape extradition. At the same time, we ask one more that the CPS admit its mistake in failing to prosecute Tate when he lived in the UK and finally charge him for rape and assault of the 3 other women of our clients that have originally filed criminal complaints against him a long time ago in 2014 but were failed by the system. They deserve justice too. The allegations were subject to Hertfordshire police investigation, which was closed in 2019. This lawyer also went on to claim that there's a 15-year-old victim in this case now in the UK.
But these are the most serious allegations of human trafficking, rape, serial rape, the trafficking of minors.
Serial rape is an insane accusation, an insane fucking charge to put on somebody. Serial rape. I never even heard that term before. I swear to God. I didn't know you could be a serial rapist. Fucking hell. Scary shit.
And the rape of a 15-year-old girl. It doesn't get more serious than that. And to see the Trump administration lobbying for this man's release, interfering in due process in Romania, but worse, as far as we consider sitting here, interfering in due process here in the UK. Tate is scheduled to be extradited from Romania once the proceedings there are concluded. If Tate is given his passport back, it's quite clear that there is a flight risk. Otherwise, he would not be under judicial control measures in Romania and under house arrest in the first place.
Now, obviously, Andrew Tate and Tristan have managed to completely decimate the Romanian case. They've been trying for years to put them in prison. They're now out still on bail as the Romania prosecutors have been given more time to try and come up with a more solid case with clear evidence. They got one more attempt before it would get thrown out, and then the UK case will come to light. They'll be extradited over to the UK without choice. The Romanian prosecutor...
That UK case is going to go off without a hitch. That UK case is going to go off without a hitch. They've probably been able to poke holes in the Romanian one because it's maybe the Romanian case is probably a lot more vindictive. It's probably a case of them pissing off people they shouldn't have pissed off, who have now kind of put this, you know, I'd imagine it probably hasn't come from a solid place really. But I think that UK case has probably got a lot of details. They've probably dotted a lot of the I's, crossed a lot of T's. I don't think that one's going to get thrown out. These guys are fucked, man. They're honestly fucked.
Obviously want the Tate brothers behind bars, and if there's another chance at the UK, they're more than happy participating and getting them extradited, meaning kicking them out Romania to go to the UK to face justice. They want them behind bars as well.
Prosecutors in the UK have confirmed for the first time they have authorized 21 charges against Andrew Tate, including rape, actual bodily harm, and human trafficking. I mean, it is funny to see what they're focusing on, like the amount of crime in the UK, and they're putting all this time and attention and money on this. Like people that haven't even lived in the when's the last time the Tates even lived in the UK? That's the funny part. Like they must have been over a decade. And instead of trying
Is that the funny part? Is that the funny part? When they last lived there? Aren't you questioning whether or not they did what they've been accused of? Aren't you trying to get to the bottom of whether or not these allegations have any the validity to them? Are you that sure that these guys are innocent of what's been accused of them because you did a couple of streams with these guys? Are you sure that you can kind of put your hat on the fact that these guys definitely are innocent? You're not at all curious to kind of find out what the story is, what the allegation is, maybe investigate who the fucking accusers are, and maybe get their side of the story. Nah, the hilarious thing is that they haven't lived there. That's like, what? I guess it's hilarious. I guess so.
to fix their crime, they're spending. If this is not cheap, this case is not cheap. It just seems like a stupid priority. That's all I'll say about that.
Stupid priority for somebody that broke the law, yeah? Breaking the law, being punished for breaking said laws, committing some pretty serious crimes allegedly, some of which victims have accused you and pointed a finger at you, whether or not you believe their claims or not. That's stupid, right? Cool. High profile people, right? Stupid wasting your time on that, by the way. Okay. You can do two things at the same time. You can still combat knife crime. You can still combat inequality. You can still help old people here who are freezing in their homes to get heating, while also convicting people of some pretty serious allegations. I don't think each thing is like mutually exclusive, you know? I wouldn't say so.
When this situation finally does arrive in the UK with this case, the amount of attention on it's going to be crazy. Andrew Tate and Tristan just returning back to the UK is going to be going off anyway, mixing a...
Yeah, let's see how it pops off, man. Interesting how it pops off, but it's near on impossible that they get away with this, isn't it? It's near on impossible that if they do bust case, it's going to be one of the biggest turnarounds ever, because it feels like the entire world is out for blood when it comes to the Tate brothers. They want these guys down. They want these guys behind bars, you know?
Powerful bunch.
Big up Assazi's.
Soon we gonna see Tate with Russell Simmons outside that same wood cabin in Bali.
100%. 100%. With his legs crossed and some big fucking brown beads, talking about how the industry didn't want him to win and shit. Yeah, for sure. We're definitely gonna see that. Big up Assazi's. Anyway. Let's see what I'll go on. We'll see what I'll go on. We'll see how it plays out. Big up FESIFY. Great channel. Check out FESIFY. Andrew Tate charged in the UK. That's the title of the video. You can see there. Courtesy of FESIFY. Big up blood clots of FESIFY. Let's go to Tfatk now. Tfatk. Where is it? There it is. Where is it? Where's actually Tfatk? What did I have it on here? Where is it? No Jumper, Tiger Belly, not Tim Dillard. There we go. There's Tfatk. Our last day in LA. Let's go.
Yes, we did, 'cause we back at it again. It's the fighter and the kid.
This is really the fighter and the kid.
Come on, baby. Let's do some fan questions.
Can't wait, pal. This is the last episode in LA Studios.
This is the last episode. I'm gonna take this off. I wore this last
You got
time.
all the signs coming down.
They really are. By the way, you could have took it before you started. They really are phoning these episodes in, aren't they? Instead of actually going through topics and whatever else, they'd rather just do a Q&A. Easier to get through the show with a couple of Q&A sessions and shit. They really are phoning in these last few episodes. Can't blame them though. Fans don't seem to give a shit.
Out there.
Sorry.
We got all the signage coming down.
Man, my arms have been
I
benching
wonder-
and boxing.
No, you haven't. I wonder who's going to take over this studio.
Who cares?
Yeah, fair. Are they going to leave the walls?
Man,
and
I
stuff?
hope they really take care of this place.
No, I don't care.
You know that sentimental shit that we all like. Some people do. If I'm leaving a house, I mean, you'll be sad about your house, won't you? A little bit. Say goodbye to your house or no? Say goodbye to the trees in the backyard.
No, I'm more excited about getting to Austin.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. We look in the.
I'm over
We
it.
don't look in the rear view.
Sometimes I will, but not with the house. I mean, yeah, I guess Bossy was born there.
Sometimes
Billy
I'll look
was
at a
born
place
there.
and I'll be like, a lot of stuff happened in this space.
Yeah,
You know, you go, all right, it's been good to me, man.
yeah, I'll miss LA for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just over it though. With all the move and dealing, I'm in the Airbnb. I'm ready to get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of there, man.
But I love LA.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got, kids?
For what it's worth, I'm sad.
Yeah.
So I'm sentimental about it.
I know you
but
are.
we'll save that.
You wouldn't
for
be
the-
sad if you were coming.
She's got her titties out as well, huh? She got the old fucking tatas out, huh? She's got the fucking old the little fucking Persian milkers out as well to remind Papa what he's missing out on there. Jesus Christ, they started off strong already, innit, huh? To be honest, I'm sad. I'm gonna miss you, Daddy. I'm gonna miss you, Pappy. Like, God damn it, girl. Let's rein it in a little bit. This guy's married, isn't he?
Though.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
and
true.
we're also dead behind the eyes after 30 years. Anyway,
That's
okay.
Okay. Here's one that comes to us from Chance Harris.
He looks properly sad. And look at his nose digging into the fucking microphone. It's almost like a defense mechanism, isn't it? Like when he's feeling a little bit vulnerable. Look at him. He's actually definitely sad. He's looking at her, thinking about all the different times he's had a fucking, folded like a fucking pretzel all over that fucking studio. He's remembering all the late nights, all the early mornings, all the quick sneaking off and shit in between fucking recordings and stuff. He's remembering a lot of stuff right now. He's contemplating a lot of stuff. He's reminiscing on a lot of things right now. That mind is fucking traveling deep in the recesses of his brain to pull on those memories, those experiences that he's probably never going to experience again. Damn, he had it good.
Yes. It's two parts. What's been your favorite and least favorite thing about Austin so far?
My least favorite thing about Austin, my favorite thing about Austin is the community and the comedic energy that's there. The energy in general that's going on in that city.
Hey, Bryan, you're 5 years late for that energy, man. My nigga, you're nearly 60 years old. You might even be 60 now. Because a lot of these guys, I also believe, fake their age. I'm not going to lie. I think a lot of these guys lie about their ages. I'm not sure why I just thought about this right now. But I just remembered this is LA. It's an image thing, whatever else it may be. Most likely, a lot of these guys have lied about their ages. 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. So most likely, Callen is probably 60 right now. Energy ain't going to save you, bro. You're 60. There is no making it for you. You've had your chances. You blew most of them. This is just about keeping the lights on. Energy. You're 60, bro.
City on all different facets, right? But I could do without the homelessness and the chaos of 6th Street sometimes. As could.
Hey, brother, you're not going to hang out in 6th Street every day. And also, didn't you have homelessness in LA? Didn't you research this before you left? What happened to Fort Worth, by the way? Remember Brendan was saying he wasn't going to move to Austin, Texas. It's all about fucking Fort Worth. He was going to be this fucking Texas hipster. He's acting like he wasn't going to suck Rogan off and bread him and follow him And then in the end, guess where he's going? Oh, that's right, to Austin, where everyone else is going. 5 years later, by the way, or however long it is, right? It's probably been about 5 years, I think, since the comedy mothership is set up. It's a bit too late, mate. It's a bit too late. It might be good for Bryan stand up anyway, because it's better than being in LA and not be able to play clubs. Cool, but it's just a little too late.
Everybody.
Oh, because you have to deal with it because when you go to the mothership.
Yeah.
But if you're not downtown or off 6th Street,
It's all
there's no
good, bro.
homeless.
It's all good.
When I go, I don't see any homeless.
There's no homeless.
Oh, Brendan made that very clear, innit? You're going to have to be dealing with that when you go to the mothership. He didn't say anything about him going. He made it very clear. He's probably going to, knowing Brendan as well, because he's weirdly very anxious and paranoid. He has this internal, maybe it's a dream or something, or it's a premonition or whatever. He has this weird irrational fear that someone from the homeless cat subreddit and shit, Tfatk subreddit, is gonna fucking kill him or something. I don't know. I think he's got that kind of fear. That's why he kind of avoids all these. That's why he's usually kind of really tense and weird when he's doing Q&As. So most likely this guy won't step foot on 6th Street. He won't be anywhere near the comedy mothership because he's afraid some, I don't know, some Legion of the Skanks person, some Tfatk person, some fucking, I don't know, some fan of, I don't know who I can name here, Nate Diaz, might be around and just like do something crazy. He's going to avoid that place like the plague. And if he goes there, he'll arrive by fucking, you know, private hire car and shit, in and out, you know? I don't think he wants to engage or be around those people at all. He's making it very clear. Bryan's going to stand up. I'm going there just to kind of save money.
What do I see any here, to be honest? I mean, everyone thinks LA's just like fucking Armageddon, but
Did you say here or you said hair? What you said? Hair or here?
What do I see any here, to be honest? I mean, everyone thinks
little things I love the most. Hair. Instead of being able to say here, or here, he says hair, as in the follicles on the top of your head. One more time.
when I go, I don't see any homeless.
There's no homeless.
Nor do I see any here, to be honest. I mean, everyone thinks LA's just like fucking Armageddon, but
People
where
are
we
also
live,
really
there's
polite
no
in Texas.
homeless.
People are polite in Texas.
I don't know. That's a question for Bryan. I haven't been there. I get there next week, so I don't.
Pure polite in text. I thought Ben's gonna say, I don't know. I don't talk to anybody. I'm just here to pod and go home. So, okay, you're fun. You're fucking fun.
I couldn't tell you. If I have one more person to tell about the heat, I'm gonna slam my dick into a door. I got it.
Yeah.
By the way. Famous last words. He's already moaning about people telling him about the heat. Famous last words. Because I've read it actually is crazy. So when it actually does get really hot, I can't wait to hear him fucking complain about it on the pod. He told everybody to leave him the fuck alone and shut the fuck up about the heat. I got it under control. Okay, cool. When this heat happens, let's see how you react. Let's see how you actually react.
It's hot here too, guys.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Hot's hot.
And the second part of Chance's question was, how do you think a matchup between Dustin Poirier and Torpilla goes? I think it's such a good matchup that was never discussed.
It's a
because of the
great
timing.
fight.
I think it could happen if I know Dustin says this is the last one. It's in New Orleans.
So if Bappa doesn't do Golden Hour and Callen leaves Tfatk, then he only has Shab Show. How will he pay the bills? What Austin comic will he force to pod with him next?
My theory is this. I don't think Callen is ever leaving Tfatk. I don't think there's a hope in hell that Callen ever leaves Tfatk. Why do I say that? I don't think he can supplement that income. I think Tfatk might be the majority or close to the majority of Callen's monthly income is what he generates from Tfatk. I don't think he can afford to do that on his own either. He's no chance of doing it. He's not consistent enough, doesn't have the work ethic, nothing. Discipline. He can't do any of that shit. He's just a lazy kind of chance of rich guy that kind of got lucky, you know? That's it. So I don't think there's a chance that he ever leaves. But I think, you know, if they cut down on the cost, like we don't know how much they pay for the studio, man. The studio's in some sort of like, what is it, like industrial park somewhere out of the way, outside of LA. It looks like the buildings are all kind of rented by companies, not like podcast people. It looks like they're rented by offices and whatever companies, service industry, whatever product stuff. So maybe they're just paying too much in rent, so they'll be able to comfortably afford renting out a fucking little studio somewhere in Texas, paying for a same size place in Texas as in LA, and still have money left over. So I don't think he'll have the money problems he probably would have had in LA, which probably also might explain why the move to LA, why the move to Texas was so kind of quick and rapid. You know, he probably couldn't afford to stay there any longer, because if he stayed longer, then most probably people would have come down and repoed stuff. So that's what I would have think. That's the long answer for that is I don't think Callen's ever leaving, and I think Brendan will be able to keep the lights on with Tfatk and Shorb Show, or whatever, even without Golden Hour, because his costs are low. His overhead's going to be way lower. The studio's going to be way cheaper to rent and shit, I'd imagine.
Right, his home state. But if you were to knock Max out, I bet they're like, yo, dude.
Yeah.
And Topuria beats Charles Oliveira and he's champ. Like, hey, Dustin, we know you said this is your last one, but we'll give you a title shot at 55 for your last one.
Wow.
Against Topuria, and that's a fucking fight.
Yeah, because you're talking Dustin is up in that mid level. That
power too.
Great power. Hits just as hard as Topuria.
I bet Dustin would do one more if they offered him a world title shot against Topuria.
And that's a toss-up.
It could happen.
And that's a toss-up. Who wins that, right?
You'd favor Topuria, but yeah, he's in his prime. Yeah.
Yeah, but Dustin's a great
But I
boxer.
bet they could get Dustin to do one more for that fight. So you could see it. That's if Dustin wins. That's if Topuria wins.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's for Brendan, and it's from Eli Stevens. Any plans to do a mod/giveaway with a diesel truck when you get to Austin? I drive a GMC 2500 AT4 and would
Allison
love to
transmission.
see
I give away whatever I'm taking, bro. I give away whatever I'm given. There's probably no choice in the matter. Because somebody said the other day, like at one stream, that this fucking truck giveaway thing might not be a scam, but it's probably one of these weird influencer type things where a company uses Brendan as a sort of spokesperson, whatever, but they kind of handled the back end of it. So most likely whatever truck they have and they want to mod, they kind of, present to him, but he doesn't have any say so in it, I'd imagine. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong.
tackle a real, quote, Texas truck.
That's not a bad idea. I would love to do like a F-350 dually. I'd be down for that, especially in Texas.
How
do
often?
a proper.
How many trucks are diesel? The bigger ones?
Hold on. Did he write that himself? Let me read that again. Seems like a very convenient question to ask.
With a diesel truck when you get
very convenient question.
Hi, Stevens. Any plans to do a mod?
What's the guy's name?
One's for Brendan, and it's from Eli Stevens.
Eli Stevens. Like Eli Manning. Like Steven Jackson. Eli Stevens. I smell a plant.
Any plans to do a mod/giveaway with a diesel truck when you get to Austin? I drive a...
Big up Asad Aziz, I just saw your post. Big up Asad Aziz. You know Brendan sent exactly. There's something about that question that smells like Brendan wrote himself in it. Or wrote it himself, sorry.
GMC 2500 AT4 and would
Allison
love to
transmission.
see tackle a real, quote, Texas truck.
That's not a bad idea. I would love to do like a F-350 dually. I'd be down for that, especially in Texas.
How
do a
often?
proper.
How many trucks are diesel? The bigger ones?
What do you mean? How many? It's just it's an option. It's an
option.
engine. Yeah.
You do an option.
Most of like the worker trucks are diesel.
Yeah.
You just need the torque to tow and
More
carry.
power, better gas
More
mileage
torque.
too, right? On a
Yeah.
diesel?
Yeah.
I had a diesel car.
I'd be down to do diesel next. The Jeep Rubicon's next in Panther Pink, so I'm putting that thing together now. But I'd be down to a proper Texas truck this year. That'd be fun.
Okay.
And my main builder, Bruno, specializes in diesel, so we could really ramp that thing up. And there's no limitations in Texas with diesel. LA's a nightmare for diesel companies. Nightmare.
Here's one from Dylan Cole. Get ready for this. I would like to challenge the gang to an academic, athletic, musical decathlon. In one day, I will outbench Brandon, outscholar Bryan, and outperform Chin.
Okay, this is a real question. Because look at their faces. This is a real question because look at their faces. Look at Bryan. Look at Bryan's face. Look at fucking Brendan's face. This is a real question. Look at how salty. Look at how moody. Look at how grumpy. Look at how angry they look. Look at that. That's a real question. That's a real fucking question.
In a musical event. By the way, he spelled your name wrong.
Who's this?
Well, you
This
might be
will
able to
be the
outbench Brandon, but you're never going to outbench Brendan.
Yeah.
By the way,
There are a couple of...
I love how that little fucking name fucking fumble slip whatever. I love how much that triggers Brendan being referred to as Brandon. I love how that I don't know if it's an American thing with you guys over there with Brandons as well, but I love how that little fucking slip up, mix up whatever triggers him all the fucking time. Whenever somebody refers to him as Brandon, he gets very, very annoyed. Like, very quickly. He gets very fucking angry. It's like, bro, it's not that deep. He's clearly trying to fucking bait you. And it obviously works. It's like, fucking hell. You might be able to be Brandon, but not Brit. It's like, okay, bro. Okay. We get it. You can spell your own name. We get it.
Boo-boos here.
Who is this saying this?
Some guy you don't know,
Dylan
man.
Cole.
Fan questions, baby.
But he says if he loses, he'll donate $1,000 to a charity.
Some guy you don't know. It's like the fucking contempt for the fans. He went to say some fucking nobody or something, but he didn't want to be, correct himself there. It's just the contempt for the fans is always fucking glaring in these type of clips, bro. They only do this because they kind of have to. They kind of have to because there's no one's fucking giving a shit about the stream, so they kind of have to do what they're doing. But it's not as if they want to. That's the actual funny thing,
Charity of you guys choose.
I mean, I'm impressed. I like his confidence.
Yeah.
I like his confidence. What's his background? Has he given you any of his resume?
Yeah, better Jack Donnelly Jr. A bit of face, bitter beef face on full display. Exactly. Nobody uses that for work. Big up Apex Potter. Big up Josie. His parents probably got annoyed and it sucks with him. Exactly true. Very good point. Definitely some. What's that thing called again? Definitely some. Is it adolescent scars, childhood trauma there attached to it? Yeah, childhood trauma attached to it. Big Young advice. Why is he mad? Exactly. He's always mad. He's always fucking mad.
His size, his current bench.
Yeah, anything?
No.
Okay.
I'll take my odds, but good luck to you, my man. And for sure spell our names right.
Yeah.
The
most difficult of all will be Chin.
He's still going on about that, by the way. It's still bothering him. It's still bothering the whole name thing. He's still triggered by it. Bro, move on, bro. It's not that deep. Fuck you. No, relax.
Powerful bunch.
This fan question is from Jeffrey Jefferson. How are you so buff, Brendan? And how are your trucks so cool? Callen can't wait for your special. You guys are an inspiration.
Yeah, exactly. I'm naming my child after you guys. Brendan Bryan or Bryan Brendan. I'm naming him after you guys. You guys are my heroes. You guys are my true North Star. Oh God almighty. Big up Associates.
Again, Chen, as they spelled it, because you sing like an angel.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this guy.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I like him, but he's made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, there's nothing.
there.
There's nothing you can do to really get your voice better at his age. So if you can't already sing better than Chin, that's never happening. He could get on a shit ton of gear and outbench me. We got to know where he's starting.
That's a lot of times to do 225.
It'd be tough.
Okay.
Well, who knows? He might be some fucking prison strong dude. Just got to doing 8 hard years, giant black dude. Like, I'll do it.
I have a question. I was watching your bench. Now that I think about it, not going all the way up.
No, not when I'm going fast.
Yeah.
But I posted one going all.
Oh, Brian's so pussy, innit? Brian's so pussy. He wants to say what we're saying. He wants to say what everybody on social media has been saying. He said he could do whatever 40 reps, 30 reps of 225. We still haven't seen him do it. He also said he did it once, but he did like 30, he did like 20, then he did 10, then he did something. Bro, you said the whole the impressive feat that you said it was that you could do it unbroken. Now we kind of give you a fucking, whatever, a top to wear so you can fucking bench and shit, a clean one and stuff. They give you everything you need to do, or he goes to the fucking gym, to go and do it. And when he does record himself, he's doing fucking half reps, if that. Bryan obviously now has finally noticed and taken and maybe plucked the courage up to say something, and now he's like sheepishly trying to like address it. Many weeks after, by the way, kind of old news, but it just kind of proves how much of a cuck, lick ass fucking Bryan is when it comes to his fucking friends. He just can't do it, or especially Brendan anyway. But if the shoe's on the other foot, whew.
All the way up.
Oh, you did?
20 easily. Yeah.
20 easily.
Easily. Yeah.
But the number
20 still not 30, innit? It's not 33 or 40. I like how he's trying to act like he can do 20. Cool. Show us 20 with 4 reps, please. I'd love to see it. Show us 225 with 4 range of motion. I really would love to see it. And then obviously show us the record being broken, you know, and then the record's broken. Not that deep. You know, come on. You got all the incentive, you'd imagine, to do it, but you won't do it.
comes down a little bit.
Yeah, okay, that's it. Big outside disease. He said he could do 40, okay? He said he could do 40, but now he's bragging about doing 20. Not the same, bro. Not the same.
But when I'm going for speed, yeah, that's how I do it. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, but full bench, you think you could do 20?
I already posted that. Yeah, that's easy.
How many could you do you think total?
Probably close to 30.
Really?
Yeah. Between 25 and 30.
In the NFL?
By the way, that's still not 40. Remember he said he could do 40. That still isn't 40. So he definitely lied.
The combine, do they have to go all the way up, all the way down?
It depends. So you get away with a little bit.
Nope, they go all the way up and they go all the way down. He's lying. I've watched the fucking combine. I've watched the fucking whatever the strings they have. They go all the way up and go all the way down. Let's be real. They go all the way up and they go all the way down.
But they have a guy there. Yeah, they probably wouldn't count a good amount of those at the combine. At CU, they wouldn't count. It just depends. It depends who you got. You know.
Still
but you're
hard.
trying to fly through it. Yeah.
It's also your.
Oh, I love when people critique. Do it. Do it.
Yeah,
Try
there's
it.
still a lot of. There's still tension the whole time on your body.
Oh, it's a beast. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just going for
So
speed.
bodybuilders
Because the
would tell
longer
you to
you're
do
up
what
there,
you're
the
doing.
longer. Oh yeah, bodybuilders
You
do
hit,
it like
you hit more. You hit like. Apparently, you're
still
under
activating more
tension.
muscle. Yeah.
So in some ways, it can be harder because you're not.
It's like when I
taking your
post my deadlift, some guy was critiquing like awful form. I said, bud, if you post a video of you doing anything over 200.
God almighty, man. The insecurity, bro, is so fucking strong. Let people say what they want to say. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it's just a good troll. Like it's like the mid troll. It's like the mid meta, whatever the meme. I love it. I love that troll where guys on social, instead of simping over girls and OnlyFans girls, they're just posting clip after clip of them, you know, of like what's that thing called? Is it mid? What am I about to say there? What meta is it again? Is it the cap? Oh, it's a mid meta. That mid meta is fucking brilliant. I love the mid meta. Calling people that are obviously attractive mid, it's fucking brilliant. It just gets in your head, you know? It doesn't actually mean anything. It's not actually legitimately correct or anything. It's not based on any kind of facts. It's not based on any evidence. It's just you saying it because everyone else kind of licks their ass. I love that. I'm not going to lie.
125 pounds, I will quit lifting. I never heard from him again. It's weird, right?
awful form. Like John Jones was getting so much shit about his form. And he was like, hey guys, can you take it
On
easy?
pads?
Like I'm new to this. No, and deadlifting and stuff. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
can you guys take it easy? Like you have nothing better to do than to criticize John Jones
Yeah.
and his deadlifting form.
Oh my god, it's not about having nothing better to do. It's not about having something better to do. If you get on social media and start bragging about your lifts and then you see somebody lifting, and like a lot of these people, you see them a lot in the gym. Like I'm probably going to go to a gym later, right? And regular gyms in general, you see a lot of people doing this. I don't know why they do it, because I think there's nothing worse than getting an injury from not having correct form and whatever else it may be. It hurts so bad. I've done it. I pulled my back a few times, shoulders, biceps, like everything, right? Rolling ankle. It just hurts so fucking bad. But one thing you see a lot of people do in gyms is kind of have this weird ego, as if people are looking at you or care. Where they'll stack the fucking barbell up with bare plates and then act like they can lift it. They can't, and then they fucking pass out or something, you know? It's just not necessary. Just do the things that you can actually handle, and then obviously slowly but surely kind of work your way up. It makes no sense. But I also just think if you're just going to be this fucking douchebag who goes out their way to record themselves while eating, I just think like that's the price you pay. You know? Simple as that. These motherfuckers, man, honestly.
There's always that, like,
Shut
if
up.
you post anything lifting, people have something to say. Post anything hitting
Shooting,
mitts,
any of
any of that stuff. Yeah, shooting, any of that hunting.
It's great. I love it.
Maybe just do it correctly. I'm sorry. Maybe just do it correctly. Do it correctly. Lower the weights, concentrate on your form, and slowly build up from there. It's not that difficult. But if you want to boast about things, if you want to show off that you're lifting a ton of fucking plates on either side of the barbell, then part of the fucking exchange is that if you can suck your own dick because you lift loads of fucking weight on the barbell, which again isn't that big of an achievement. I sometimes will post some of my workouts and stuff, but it's not like I'm patting myself on the back. It's just making a record of what I've done. Like, hey, I went to the gym today. This is what I did. You know, it's not really about the weights. But some of these guys, especially Brendan, you know, how he's getting so triggered and whatever else it means about this question, where his feelings are getting hurt. It's like, bro, you're doing vanity lifts, right? Cool, no problem. You want to show up to the gym and to everybody else and signal you're a strong guy. But you also have to know when you do those type of things, you're probably going to lead yourself to injury. You're obviously not doing it for any practical reasons either. You're just doing it just to appear like the strongest motherfucker you are. And it's just weird. It's just a weird place to be, in my personal opinion. To be that guy that's walking around fucking, you know, getting fucking pissed off at people or post. Like, just shut up, man, honestly.
The experts out.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you post a video doing it. Like, nah, never, man. Why not?
Yeah.
Because
most don't even work out.
Most people aren't that self-conscious. Most people don't give a fuck about posting clips. The majority of people that you go, majority of times I go to the gym, there's a certain time, maybe it's like on a Friday, like just after work, where you see more people coming in who are recording themselves, maybe because they're personal trainers, maybe because they're recording themselves for some fucking seminar thing or whatever, workshop later, who knows. Maybe they're doing it because they're influencers. But the only time you really see people with cameras and tripods, in my gym at least, is around after 7 p.m. and shit. That's when you really see people out and about. But for the most part, people go to gyms and just get it over and done with, bro. They put on their headphones, they do what needs to be done, they're on a row machine, they're doing it, whatever they're doing, they bang it out for an hour and then they just roll out. It's not that deep. They're not in there doing mad shit. So the ones who do all that mad shit are just doing loads of extra shit.
Your vote doesn't count.
No.
Okay. This is a two-part, one for you, Brian, and one for you, Brendan, of a 10-year-long listener, Joe Garcia. Thank you so much, Joe. Brian, how much time do you spend writing jokes, and how different are the crowds?
Oh, I'd love to hear this, by the way. How much time do you actually spend writing jokes, please? Probably no time, because he's still telling the same jokes he did probably 20, 50 years ago, or 30. But let's see how long he actually takes him to write jokes, or, you know, write a section of jokes that could be performed on stage or something. Let's hear what he has to say.
In Austin.
So not enough time, but lately I've been writing a lot. How much time? It's a mindset.
Not enough time. Of course. So he doesn't write, by the way. Not enough time. So he doesn't write, by the way. Which again goes to back what I'm saying before. Remember my theory where I said stand-up comedy isn't bad. It's just that all these guys make too much money in podcasting, so they don't put enough effort into their fucking stand-up. They just fucking phone it in. And because you're podcasting for so long, you're in front of a camera, reading chat, doing all this like I'm doing now, obviously on a higher level, I think you sometimes gain a lot more of you become a lot more confident and reassured in yourself than you probably give yourself credit for. So most likely that the woman probably had to get a master key to obviously, you know, open that door, whatever it may be. But I think in general, these motherfuckers don't actually write jokes. I don't think so, bro. I just don't think so. I'm just trying to picture in my head, when would there be a scenario where Bryan will write a joke? Think about it. In these comedians, when would there be a scenario where they'd be sitting down, mulling over a bit, you know, fucking going over it again with a fine tooth comb, trying to figure out what's working, what's not working? When would they ever do that? When they spend all their time podcasting? When they spend all their time recording themselves, speaking and shit? When they spend all their times appearing on their friends' shows? When have they actually got time to do that? They don't. And they also make the large majority of their monthly income that kind of covers them and their family and shit is through Tfatk. That's why he's not going anywhere, Bryan. Not going. That's why he probably was confessing, admitting to A$AP Rocky to follow him to fucking wherever he is now, right? Was it Miami or some shit? That's why. Because he knows he ain't coming back. He knows he ain't coming back.
So it's like I'm always writing in some ways. What I do is if I start to worry about something, if I'm thinking about some bullshit, I just bring myself back to all you do is in general.
We got Josie, because none of them are funny. naturally funny. I disagree. I disagree, my dear. I think they are. I think they've demonstrated they are funny on pods early on. I just think it's harder to be funnier on stage. It just is. Like, I've been hearing a lot of people have done it before, trying to take whatever comedy, trying to take whatever comedic chops you have with your friends, and then trying to parlay that on stage doesn't work. Doesn't work the same way. So I personally think they are just not good at sort of, you know, holding that side of their craft. But, you know, what can you do? What can you do? Absolutely none. Let's continue.
In life, discipline is learning how to refocus your eye and start writing. Just start writing about something, an idea you have. Instead of fretting, instead of criticizing somebody, instead of wishing something, instead of like wanting.
Didn't they just ask him how much he writes? And now he's pontificating about all this stuff, blabbering about all this shit. You could tell he doesn't write shit in it. The guy just asked him, hey, how many often do you write jokes and stuff? And he's like, I don't know what this is all about. It sounds like a cope. It sounds like some gaslighting. I don't know what else it is, but it sounds interesting.
Or avoid. We do these tricks. Our brains, our thoughts are always fucking going, right? You can actually train your brain to be always writing, always thinking about something creative.
I've always about to say, you can train your brain to be always right. You can train your brain to justify everything you do, however bad it may be. You can justify your brain to to verify all your worst and encourage all your worst intentions and desires. Fucking hell. Let's continue.
It's just a discipline. So that's the answer to that. I never put a fence around work. I just make it part of what I am. It's the overwhelming part of who I am.
I thought he was gonna say work is a part of my practice. A practice is a part of my work. And I've lived like, oh, shut up, honestly, bro. This fucking guy.
And what was the other question?
The crowds in Austin.
They're great.
To
They're
here.
Unbelievable.
Is it different than here?
No. To me, no crowd's
crowd.
different.
Yeah.
Crowds
I
are
think they're
crowds.
a little more lenient there. Yeah, they got a little
I
more
don't know,
open to
man.
laughter.
I don't know. If you're up there
LA
doing
crowds are
some
great.
bullshit, they'll get quiet.
Yeah.
They'll get quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, the crowds are there to laugh. If you're not funny, you know, if you're not bringing it nowadays.
It's not like a comic in LA is like, man, the crowd was so tight in LA, but in Austin, I'm crushing. It's like, no.
One of the things that people
If
say,
you're not crushing it here, you ain't crushing it there.
People say the Comedy Store main.
Then he mean the opposite. Didn't he try to insinuate with that joke that all the woke progressive comedians in LA comedy scene couldn't crush over there in Texas? But then when he said it the second time, he tried to make it seem as if, oh, if you're not crushing in LA, you ain't crushing in Texas. But I swear it sounded like shade in the beginning. It sounded like shade. I don't think he was trying to be complimentary. It sounded like he was trying to sneak this. Then he obviously fucked up and said what he meant to say. Let's play it again. One more time.
If you're not bringing it nowadays.
It's not like a comic in LA is like, man, the crowd was so tight in LA, but in Austin, I'm crushing. It's like, no.
One of the things that people
If you're
say,
not crushing.
See, yeah, he tries to make it. This is definitely one of his right-wing talking points. Jesus Christ, man, it's not that deep, really. But hey, here we are, live stream. If you're enjoying the stream, you like what you see what you see, like, make sure you smash the like button down below. We've got about 98 people watching now, nearly 100 people, only got 29 likes. If you could help me out with some likes down below, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, greatly.
The people say the Comedy Store main room is an amazing crowd. No, it was amazing comics who got the crowd that way, right? Like,
oh, look at the fucking ego. Look at the ego. The audience that play no part in making a fun show. It's always about the comic. Only the comic can create a fun show. The audience can't do jack shit. The punters can't do jack shit. The only person that fucking definitely, you know, nodded and head off to or whatever. Just what a strange way to kind of view your fans. They contribute nothing. I am the star. I am me. Everyone loves me. Except those guys.
Like if you have great comics, the crowd's
Yeah, it was the
good.
lineups that did it.
Have one comic, I don't care how famous, get up there and try it and see what happens. It gets real quiet. Doesn't matter. There's like, So.
And Brendan, this part's for you. When you were ejected, what led up to the ump kicking you out right away? Also, what type of coach do you consider yourself personality-wise?
Exactly. I would like to know that as well, by the way. When you were ejected, what caused that guy to kick you out straight away? Not give you a warning, not tell you to fucking sit down and chill. It just seems like he said, "Cool, one more word and let's fucking go." And I got to, try to fucking grab him up. So I didn't remember that bit. It actually does look like he fucking stomps this guy out a little bit. I'm not going to lie, it's kind of scary. But let's continue.
I wish you gave me an option for personalities. What led up to? I just think that's his thing. Like I said, he kicked out 2 or 3 coaches prior to me from another game. Apparently, that's his thing. He's super sensitive.
And you're not, by the way. You're not projecting. Fucking finger in the fucking face. You don't think you are. You don't think you are. That's absolutely wild. It's weird how you can quickly spot that in other people. Sensitive, whatever, emotional, thin-skinned. But you can never spot it in himself. I find that fascinating too.
I'm fucking Shrek out there, so he's probably already on his heels when I came at him, So it's not like I was that aggressive. So I just think it's more of his issue than mine. It's like, all right, cool.
Of course, it was nothing, not my fault. I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct, of course. Classic.
I live to fight another day. As far as coaching, what kind of coach am I? On Tiger, I'm really tough. But I cuss around the kids. I tell the parents too, like...
Yeah, the acid reflux is fucking crazy, isn't it?
Pretty strict. Cuss around the kids. If you don't like it, I get it. I'm not the coach for you. Yeah, pretty strict. I believe in like discipline, like if they mess up, like running.
Rappaport used to coach my nephew in basketball.
What? I believe in discipline, so when my kids do badly in baseball, I make them run. Aren't they like 5 and 10 years old? You're punishing them with fucking playing football. That won't end well, by the way. That was not going to end well. You know it. Like, what? So fucking bizarre. Let's play the video.
He would get so passionate. Like, he was so funny, and he would swear, but his parents didn't mind because he cared so much about the kids. He'd be like, "Yeah, I wake up on Saturday for this shit. I don't know why I'm waking up. You guys are not going to fucking do your jobs. Then what am I supposed to do?"
Yeah,
I mean,
Rappaport's
this is the kind of shit I can't deal with, man. Just fucking get up. Like, he's so excited, but the parents knew how much he loved the kids.
I'm sorry, but like, just don't cuss in front of kids. It's not that difficult, bro. Just have some level of self-control. Just be a decent grown-up in some regards. It's not every day you wake up, you have to be your unapologetic, authentic self. At all points, at all costs, in all areas. Sometimes just tone it down. Sometimes you go visit your parents, you take off all the fucking goth makeup. I don't know. Maybe one day fucking give them a break. When you go back home to your fucking house or whatever with your friends after fucking Christmas dinner or whatever, of course then you can put everything else that you want on. But these people that do this sort of, oh yeah, I'm gonna be myself in front of in a company of anybody, doesn't matter who it is. And here you are looking after your fucking nieces and nephews, and suddenly you're like, okay, maybe I have to, enlist the help of my neighbors if I'm not gonna do it myself. But yeah, these guys are fucking wasting space, honestly. This nigga's in his 60 following Rogan. I just can't get past that, by the way. Following Rogan all the way to Texas after 5 years of the place opening, and now expecting to get hired and shit is odd material. Odd material. Hey, what can you do? What can you do? But everybody tuning in and stream chat, enjoy, love. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Look at the likes and see where we're at. We're at 36. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for liking it. Appreciate those of you that did hear my screams, did hear my pleas, did answer my calls. Thank you for the likes. If you can, continue on. Let's continue on here.
Kids, how much he loved the game and how much he wanted them to win.
Yeah, I think the
so
parents
great.
know I want what's best for them. Yeah. So, everyone's cool with it.
Yeah.
But especially on Tiger, pretty strict.
Okay.
No, the only is especially even if the kids they're not the best players, I don't care as long as they're giving me effort. Then we're good. But once you start bullshitting, then I have a problem.
How do you deal with like a lazy little
I'll
one?
bench them.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You bench them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You ever have a parent come up to you yet?
Just in football.
You're doing both. You coach both?
Oh yeah. Yep.
And you love it.
Love it.
Something smells a little bit fishy and dicey about that MJ story, isn't it? You said he smells both. He's got it. I don't think that's true, brother. I think that's the right one.
Love it. But Tiger's outgrown. This is the last. He's 9. I can't coach him anymore. He's way above my skill level. Yeah, this is it.
He's always been above your skill level, bro. You have no skill level. Let's be real. You have no skill level. Even if you had a son that wanted to be an MMA fighter, mate, you're not going to be the best, trainer ever. Like, you're not. From time somebody can't watch old clips of themselves fighting because they get fucking panic attacks, it's impossible that this person will ever get cast in that fucking program. Anyway, let's continue.
I got Basti though. Oh yeah, he's too good. T knows more about baseball than I do. What? Like the base running and the pickoffs. Like his IQ's way higher than mine. Yeah, I can't pitch. I was pitching him last night and my fucking arm's sore. I throw as fast as I can. I can't.
Really?
I can't get anything by him. No. He's outdone me. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, that's a barometer, by the way. He's acting as if outdoing Brendan's at the true barometer of whether this kid's gonna become pro. Did we see Brendan struggling to catch balls from some kid that was throwing him underarm to him, and he moved out and like the ball was going 150 miles per hour? It's like, he's cooked. They are cooked anyway. Police are cooked. But I find it absolutely hilarious how this played out. Let's continue.
Crazy.
Yeah, he needs a real coach. Wow. Yeah. To get to where he wants to go, he needs a real coach.
Outliers.
Let's take a little break because it's playoff time. I want to see if I can make money.
So full of shit. So unnecessary. The amount of pressure he's putting on this kid. Because maybe he does want to be fucking Itoni, however you say your nice name. Maybe he does want to be that guy. But let him be that guy by his own choice, bro. Get me? Come on. Let him be that guy by his own choice, if you don't mind. God damn it. Oh yeah. Let's continue. Let's skip ahead of the fucking ads, of course. There you go.
This question comes to us from Juan Tovar, and it says, "My question is for everyone on the team: Brendan, Bryan, Chin, and Sanaz. Can you think back on your life and find a single pivotal decision that would have taken you in a completely different direction?"
I'll tell you when I get to Austin. We'll see. That's a big decision.
My decision was almost not to do, be an actor and stand up and try to figure out a way to be some kind of a business
regular
owner.
job?
Teacher, remember?
You've been a
teacher.
Maybe the one I'd say for Brendan is probably going to be the "you be surprised" conversation with fucking Rogan. I have a theory, which I don't show I can ever prove, but which might explain why Rogan turned a blind eye to fucking Brendan's douchebaggery and terrible comedy for ages. I have a feeling, right? This is just a feeling, that the most pivotal moment in Brendan Schaub's career life was that "you be surprised" conversation. But if you remember, when it happened during that time, Rogan was very apologetic about it. It kind of did a little bit of a weird split in the comedy scene. Some people that were for the article, some people that weren't against it, but that was kind of like his hot take, you know? And if I remember correctly, what was I talking about here, the hot take? What was I talking about here? Oh, I forgot what I was talking about. My brain's gone to fucking mush. What was I talking about? What the fuck was I talking about? I honestly forgot. What the hell was I talking about? Hot take? Hot take. Oh, that's my hot take. Yeah, sorry. That's my hot take. Sorry. My hot take, which isn't a really clever hot take, is that during that "you be surprised" conversation where Rogan confronted Brendan and told him to quit UFC after his devastating loss to fucking Ronda Rousey's husband, I think Rogan, after the fact, regretted that. Even though it was good podcasting and Brendan didn't mind and they put the series out, I think behind the scenes, Brendan wasn't happy about it, or Rogan wasn't happy about it, and kind of regretted doing it. He regretted confronting Brendan like that on the pod, on stream. He regretted everything around it. He probably regretted the fact that Brendan at that time was also not that well liked in the UFC, and it brought him more hate and shit, blah, 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 blah. He didn't want to add to the pile-on. So my not-so-conspiracy theory is that in order for Rogan to feel at peace with what he did to Brendan, I feel like Rogan went out of his way or promised himself that he was going to back Brendan until the end, when he was able to kind of look after himself via like podcasting and content stuff and not have to fight again. I think that's what happened. I don't know why, you know, it's a case. I think Brendan would never probably believe it, but I think that one fucking chance meeting with whatever is the reason why we are where we're at. That meeting with fucking Rogan, and obviously that subsequent conversation about quitting the MMA and shit and focusing on other things because you got other things and because you're clearly not a top 10 fighter and shit. Although that was humbling and rude and whatever else it may be at the time, I feel like that was the biggest turning point in his career. Because then after that, Rogan was the one that said, you know what, I fucked up. I want to save this thing. I don't want him to feel like he's kind of, you know, giving up UFC for nothing. And then Rogan does all he can to keep Brendan fed and fucking paid. All that good shit you see everywhere. And here we are. Pretty revolting, really.
You've been a horrible businessman.
I mean, I could not figure it out. I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's not for you. Yeah, no.
I mean, I was like, maybe I'll travel. I wanted to travel and write about it. You know, I was like, I want to be a writer. It's like I could travel the world and write about my experiences.
Jeez, what are you, a hot chick with a degree?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
every girl's dream.
back then, Condé Nast, you could make a living if you were really good, but you know, the fuck am I gonna do?
I mean, when I moved to California, that was huge. When I transferred colleges, that was huge. There's been a number of things. Yeah.
Not one thing.
I'll let you go first.
Chin handing Brendan that USB stick and saying, I'm your guy. I think Chin definitely will say that. Let's see what Snaz has to say. Are they going to have some sort of like soppy moment? Because Brendan's looking at her with some puppy dog eyes here.
I think for me, without getting too much into it, it was a time in my life where I had to really choose myself. And I've never chosen myself before.
What does that mean?
It means I would put everyone's feelings in front of my own all the time. And then this one thing happened and I said, fuck that guy. And
Chin doesn't know what choose yourself means. Or is he trying to be inquisitive with the conversation? Do you think Chin truly doesn't know what choose yourself means? Or do you think he's just trying to be inquisitive? Trying to be helpful? Trying to add to the story? Help her along with this? What? Because that is scary. If Chin doesn't know what the phrase choose yourself means...
I took a different path.
That's good.
When did you say fuck that guy, Chin? Just a question, bro.
Simple question.
There's like someone that when I do YouTube videos, like I do vlogs, there's someone that always like posts like, dude, I'm here with you. Your transition to being, you know, a woman has been an amazing journey. All right. And I'm like, I always give him like I always like comment in a good way. Yeah, like, it's so funny, dude.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
You don't
know. And that person's Bryan.
By the way, no cap, but Chin would be one of the most clapped women I've ever seen. His transition would be awful. Chin would be clapped. Chin will give that guy like no fucking shade, but that dude that hangs out with fucking Mr. Beast, like Chin will give that guy a run for his money. Like if Chin did decide to transition, he'd give that guy a run for his money. That wouldn't be. Chin ain't gonna be cute. I don't know what you do to fucking soften or feminize that face, like that head, like those big shoulders, that tiny waist. I don't think that's gonna go down well, mate. He's gonna look clapped, bro. He's gonna look clapped.
That would be me.
That's Brian's burner account.
That's right. It's my burner.
I mean, there's a lot of hate, but that kind of funny hate, I'm like,
I don't mind that.
You. Yeah,
you're funny, if it's funny and like original, I don't mind it. But when it's parroting the same shit, I'm like, dude,
I hate that shit.
You need a new thing done.
Dude, the hate is insane, man. I freaking.
Oh, the hate is insane. I freaking hate that shit. Is Chin getting a lot of hate on these fucking vlogs now? You guys leave Chin alone, man. Let's see. Let me look at my phone. Is Chin getting a lot of hate on these vlogs? You guys gotta leave Chin alone. Don't do that, bros. You guys are out here hating on Chin. Let me see. Let me go in these videos. Let's go to the latest one. I'm checking on my phone now. The first comment. Chin, you're my favorite trans. Okay, this is the first one. Chin, you're my favorite trans influencer. Just know the LGBT community supports you in documentary transition. Chin is such a chick when it comes to food. In Texas, there'll be no surgery on burritos to lower the carbs by 0.3% grams, Chin. Chin eating that roast beef is hilarious. He took it apart and made it his own thing. No wonder he's obsessed with Korean barbecue. Also, he should start a cooking show because he seems he's obsessed with food. The move will be a great one, bigger and better things. Still can't believe Brendan is anti-traveling, seeing new places. Casey killed it on Bad Thoughts. Chin, amazing you could eat like that and stay in shape. I'm a little older, but eating like that and drinking some would have me rolling down hills. Love the vlogs, bro. Can't wait to see the new studio. Thanks for the upload, Chinny Chin Chin. How long is it between LA and Austin? Chin, what's the new Tfatk schedule? Wingus Dingus is in there. 35. This content is commendable and I must applaud them for the fantastic work. I was introduced to this content this week and I generally appreciate I have great satisfaction for visiting it. I eagerly await the opportunity to see more of this type of remarkable work. Have a wonderful week and continue to produce exceptional content. Big up Wingus. Big up Blood Clot Wingus. This is one. Okay. Oh my days. What? Huh? Wow, look at this person. This is one of the most horrific insights into the disposable plastic, saccharine faux world of Burger America I have ever witnessed. Life experience through a lens, while apparent friends and family are trying to have a nice time, missing the moment for more vapid gigabytes of content to upload into the ether. Delivery orders. Never bother learning a single iota of basic cooking ability to share with your circle. Discussing product marketing off packaging with peers like it matters. And adults should be raising children using Zoomer vocabulary to grasp onto relevancy. We are done. Fucking hell. Chin does get quite a lot of hate. I didn't see in the comment. I didn't know he gets that much hate. Chin, how many balconies does your new place have? LOL, would get so annoying to have that one friend that's always filming. And Chin commented, I hear you. Sometimes they love it, sometimes they don't. It's always a feeling out process. Chin, you're nearly 50. There's no time to feel out. You should be able to get it or you don't. Wow, Chin does get quite a lot of hate, innit? I didn't know that. Bless Chin, man. That's not fair. That's not fair. I know I rag on him on my reactions, but I don't think you should be leaving mean comments in the replies in the comment section. That's not fair. Chin looking 45 going on 78. Can't deny the allegations. Jesus Christ. Okay. Fucking hell.
I hate it, but whatever. But no, but even like so this was a big pivot for me to join this show. Like I was working at a Korean television network, the biggest one in the world. 2 terrestrial channels here in the US.
Is he bragging and letting his nuts hang? Is he showing off? Is he showing off that he used to work at this fucking big station? But like, what were you though? Why are you bragging like as if like you were the part of the reason why it was a big station? Like, it's a strange flex. Like, I get you work there, but like, let's relax. Let's kind of tone it down a bit, you know?
Got laid off, not because of my job, not because of my duties.
Budget cuts.
Literally, they recycle every 2 years or every year, every 2 years, they do a new CEO, a new CFO, and they have to tell Korea how they made changes, right? So it costs a lot of money for my show, which was like a very, it was a popular show on, it's K-pop. So they're like, oh yeah, we'll just take away his.
Fuck, he struggles to speak, innit? What's going on with this, by the way? Do you think he's just nervous? He's just shy? Why does he struggle to speak or to like tell stories? Seems like a real effort. Like, it's just a casual story about your work and how you maybe got fired from a place. Why can't you just tell it? Like, it should be hard. Okay, I worked at this big place, corporate industry, reshuffles happen. It's really a bummer, but I loved working there. But it's really, it's a story. Like, why are you struggling so hard? He's really struggling to like tell this story. look how bored Sanaz is already. It's like, bruh.
His division, and then we'll outsource it to Argentina. Because it's a long story. Anyway.
Sounds like it.
So that's why I'm gonna stop it right there. It was dubbing in Spanish. Korean entertainment in Spanish.
Christ.
Anyway,
That'd be terrible.
So I was a voiceover director and engineer, producer.
Big up Apex Putter. Chin edited out his talk of loving roast beef. That talk was wild. What talk, brother? Was it in the vlog I reacted to? He edited it out. What? Some talk about roast beef. What are you talking about? Roast beef.
Sir, all that. And then I heard when you guys were leaving Fox, there's an opportunity.
God, that was a while ago.
I know, dude. There's an opportunity. I'm like, I'm gonna give this a shot. Hey, Bryan, what do you? I can't tell if you're.
That was so long ago.
Are you bored right now, Bryan?
No, keep going.
Let me finish, Bryan. Damn it.
I'm sorry, I'm listening.
Chin's like, I got a cup of coffee.
No, I like.
I'm in the.
I love your.
I can't.
God, that was a while ago.
I know, dude. There's an opportunity. I'm like, I'm gonna give this a shot. Hey, Bryan, what do you?
This might be the funniest section ever of Tfatk ever. I told you about these stories. Like, why is he struggling to tell this story? Why does it seem like he's literally like running through fucking quicksand trying to tell this story? He's really struggling and he's losing the room so quickly. It's so brilliant. Bryan's reaction's brilliant. This is really one of the funniest bits I've ever done. Unintentionally.
I heard when you guys were leaving Fox, there's an opportunity.
God, that was a while ago.
I know, dude. There's an opportunity. I'm like, I'm gonna give this a shot. Hey, Bryan, what do you? I can't tell if you're.
That was so long ago.
Are you bored right now, Bryan?
No, keep going.
Let me finish, Bryan. Damn it.
I'm sorry, I'm listening.
Chin's like, I got a cup of coffee.
No, I like.
I'm in the.
I love your story. Actually, I'm kidding.
Keep going. So then you found out we live in Fox. Evan the Beard wasn't coming with us.
Yeah,
and then
so
he came to my show at the Laugh Factory.
Yes,
I like the way you did it too. You gave him a
USB drive with everything I've done. That
Said,
was
I'm
cool.
your guy.
I'm your guy. Fucking awesome.
But my friend came with me. If I was just gonna go by my,
I think that might be the first time I've ever seen Sinaz touch Chin. I'm not gonna lie. I think that might be the first instance I've ever seen of Sinaz touch Chin. Like, that might be the first time she's ever touched him on the show. I'm not gonna lie.
Hi, fucking awesome.
But my friend came with me. If I was just gonna go by myself, I might have not done it. So I'm like,
really?
Thankfully, my friend came with me to go to the show because I don't want to go by myself. So
you were 40 years old, bro. Like, it's not that deep. You were 40 years old. You could have gone to a comedy show by yourself to hand out a fucking USB stick at the end of the show. 40 years old. You needed a fucking emotional support with your friend to take you there. God damn it, Chin. You never beat the allegations.
That was a pivotal thing for me.
Did you?
Chin the type of person to need friends to hand out CVs in his 40s. He needs friends to go out with him on a weekend to hand out fucking CVs.
You guys have makeup? Did you guys have celebration sex?
Oh my God!
Question. It's a question.
We did not. No.
All right. I'm just.
Yeah, that was like 10 years ago, Chin.
That was 10.
It's close to 10 years. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's almost a decade, dude.
I know.
How wild
dude.
is that?
Fuck.
Ups and downs like crazy, right? We're still here, still doing it.
Chin, you.
Ups and downs like crazy. Yeah, you're just hanging on, bro. Barely. He's actually kind of proud of this. Like, I don't know, bro. Ups and downs like crazy, and you're following him to Texas is fucking insane. Taking away our collective hate for Tfatk, taking away our collective hate for Tfatk and Brendan and shit and Bryan. Do you guys think it's actually wise, sensible, prudent for Chin to go with them to Texas? Should he really be banking his career, especially this late in his life, on Tfatk? Or should he just stay in LA and do what he's doing for another podcast, another network? Is it really smart to go with them there? Or does he prefer this way of working because it's, you know, it's kind of like doing his own thing? He's got shares in Thick Boy allegedly. Is it better to just do this and then work for like a network, or go back and work for like a, you know, a production company or whatever else it may be? Maybe he just doesn't want to work a corporate job 9 to 5. He prefers to do this kind of shit where it's like working, you know, 8 to 10, but he does it like 3 times a week or something. I actually think it's not a good idea. I think he got a lot out of Tfatk. He learned a lot. He's, you know, he's fucking bled that stone dry. He learned a bunch of skills. By default, having to do everything mostly by himself, even though he doesn't do it at a high level or a good level. He could surely he could say that like experience to go somewhere else. So me, I would say I don't think it's a wise decision to go to Texas. If it was me, I would have probably told him, sayonara, I'm gonna stay here and find another job. like doing the same thing, being a producer or something, or working for another podcast. There's loads of people out in LA that want to fucking have a pod and become famous. I'm sure he could work with them. So if it was me, I wouldn't move to Texas personally, unless he actually does want to move there to save money and start a new life there. I just wouldn't have gone and followed those guys. That's what I wouldn't have done. Big up Ease and Letter. Exactly. Boring guys roasting another boring guy for consciousness of what he's got. So exactly. That's what Papa they hit baggy jeans. Exactly true. What Chin redacted got nothing else going for him. True. It was crass. He was basically coping to be uncircumcised. Chin's coming back home to be with his white brethren in Texas. Big up SLZs. His family is there. Good to be. Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. His family is there, isn't it? Yeah, that's true. That's actually a good point. He is getting older. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's actually a very, very good point. Big up Ethan Lella. His actual legitimate family is there, right? His extended family. His parents live there. So maybe it does make sense for him to go there, especially older he's getting. They're probably not going to be around for long, you'd imagine. Touch wood, they are. So it's probably good to kind of be around them at that period of his life. Especially now he's out of his fucking fuckboy phase, isn't it? Big up Asen. He for better or worse got his wagon tied to these two. Best rock it until the wheels fall off. Good point. There's no point in making a career jump now, innit? You've hitched your wagon to these guys for more than a decade. Just do it until it literally comes to a screeching halt. Then you can go somewhere else. But there's no need to preemptively jump. Yeah, makes sense.
You've been the fucking. I love you.
Love you too.
Honestly, you're great.
Well,
and
you want to have sex with me too, but it's not happening, Brian.
I would love to. All right. Look at my arms.
Are you flexing?
Yeah, I'm getting fucking scary.
Okay.
My training, my boxing is getting fucking scary. My angles are scary. My infighting, my dirty boxing is
Power
scary.
can't be good.
What?
When you can't bench 185.
My power's not bad.
Can't be good.
No, I can hit.
No,
I can. That's the one thing I can fucking hit.
You can't.
I can pop. We call
It's
it
the guy
crack.
holding the
I can
mitts.
crack.
It's the guy holding the mitts.
No, you don't know anything. I can crack.
Came bench 175.
Dude, I can bench. I think I can get 200 if I'm fresh. You'll see. Got to be careful, but I think I can do it. And I got to just start benching. I'm going to get like a straight bar and start doing it because that's priority.
What else you got, Jen?
It's enough.
Me. It's okay. Dominic Mija has a two-part. Hey, Brian. Hey, Brendan. My name is Dominic. I'm a huge fan. I wanted to know, what if you guys don't like Texas? Will you call it and move back to California?
No, I already like Texas.
Yeah, Brian's already there. But you haven't done it with the show and all that. That's a different thing. The only thing that would make me leave Texas is if just the school system was like complete chaos. But I know the house is dope. The everyone's great. You know, I'm a homebody, so I'm good there.
Your neighbor's going to love it.
The only thing would be the kiddos. If the kiddos like absolutely hated it, I'd try to see if they'd stay longer. But if they like absolutely hated it, then I would have to make a change.
They're going to love it, dude.
Yeah.
And then Dominic wants to know if you guys would ever have Bonnie Blue on the podcast.
Sure.
Really?
I mean, I don't know what else.
I'd have her on my podcast, that's for sure.
Else we could talk to her about.
Exactly.
Bonnie Blue.
You know, it's a very strange thing.
Chin doesn't remember who she is.
I think that's a girl who's
She's a pretty girl.
Probably regret what she's done, but you know, I don't think that's. My feeling about people like Bonnie Blue is that they're not terribly
She's an entrepreneur.
stable.
She's a trailblazer, cock.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a stable way to live your life. I don't think it works out in the end.
That's why it might be
Think she'll
interesting,
figure that out.
to have her on.
Wait, she took 583 dicks in a day.
That's a different. That's not her there, but
No, that's someone who tried to do her stuff.
they tried to mimic it, and she
That's
got
another
to she got
girl?
to 583, and then we had to call it quits.
No, so that's Annie Knight.
I mean, Jesus Christ!
Imagine the doctor's like, "Wait, what?
What is with these
What are you in here? Why are you dehydrated?
She needs a
And
psychiatrist.
they're cute girls.
Why are you filled with 583 cum? What's going on here?
She needs a psychiatrist. I mean, this is not okay. It's not like
It's not good.
as a society.
hold on. Wasn't Bryan's early stand-up comedy persona, his personality, his modus operandi, his fucking signal, his brand, his identity, being the horny guy, being the overly sexual dude, talking about how he enjoys doing this and that, and if he was Spanish, he'd be riding people like this and that, and jumping up and thrusting his hips on stage. Wasn't that a huge part of his fucking brand? Didn't Whitney Cummings accuse him of whipping out his dick when she was reversing the car out of the fucking spot to get him home and shit? Now all of a sudden he's becoming this puritanical curmudgeon who's telling women what they should and shouldn't do with their bodies. Look at this fucking guy, bro. Aren't you the guy that's been accused of rapes and shit? And harassment and shit? Aren't you the fucking, some people regard as the rapist on the fucking subreddit? Here you are telling bodybuilder that she's doing too much. I don't know, man. I think she's doing all right. Maybe you did too much. That's why now you're moving to fucking Austin, Texas in your 60s.
It's not okay. It's not good for you. It's not good for her.
It's also good to push the limits a little bit.
Yeah. It's not harmless.
Oh yeah, by the way, for those of you who care, DC Pride happened, innit, right? And I'm kind of clocked in with fucking black gay Twitter. I'm on that side. I'm following a lot of big accounts on there. They're really funny and usually share a lot of good fashion news and shit. But I heard through the grapevine that some guy, some content creator, took 100 dudes for that weekend. Oh no, 96. That's a meme going around. Some guy during DC Pride, which is one of the big pride events happening there in the States, especially for black guys, allegedly took 96 dudes in one session. 96. One after the other. There's a video going around. I wouldn't advise you to view it if you're not comfortable with that sort of stuff. But it's true and it exists. So I think Bonnie Blue, Lily Phillips and stuff have ushered in a whole new era, a new genre of content. This like putting up numbers now, like this gangbang, whatever this thing going on. This is like a whole new world. We're never going backwards now. It's only going to get more. It's only going to get more intense. I don't know what's next, to be honest, but it's only going to get more intense. I fear it's going to get very dark very quickly. But yeah, just thought I'd share that with you.
What she's doing to herself is not good for her. It's not good for anybody.
Yeah, and then young boys see this.
Young boys are
girls,
8 years
it's
old.
not
I think
good.
the average age for boys being exposed to porn now is 8. You know, that's
not if you're a good parent. My kid's not exposed
Well,
to
it's
it.
hard to stop it, though, right?
It's not, though.
No, it is. Yes, it
No,
is.
it's not.
What do you mean? When they're in school? What are you talking about?
No, there's no tablets, cell phones allowed at the
But
school.
there is,
there's none,
though. But people,
there's
those
not, though,
kids
Bryan.
get it. Those
There's
kids
not.
get it. They go to their friend's house. They go to their friend's house. The kids are being exposed to it. It's not easy to stop. Actually, it's coming.
I think it is. I disagree.
You can
with
say
you.
that, but in fact,
Well, I can say that because I'm a fucking dad.
so am I. And
Okay.
what you don't.
I have a 9-year-old right now,
It
but
doesn't matter.
It does
you're
matter,
saying
Bryan.
shit that doesn't
You're
mean
talking
anything.
to me like I'm not doing.
What I'm
it.
trying to say to you is that kids,
for other people, it might be
kids in this
tough.
country.
What the fuck? Where did that argument come from? What the fuck are they? What the fuck are they even arguing about? Why did they get so fucking tense so quickly? Brenda's doing the fucking gun fingers and everything. How the fuck did I get so tense? I've got a 9-year-old. Like what? Hold on. They're talking about Bonnie Blue. Hold on. What the fuck did they get so tense so quickly?
But people,
There's
those
not, though,
kids
Bryan.
get it. Those
There's
kids
not.
get it. They go.
Hold on. Let's see. What the fuck are they arguing? Why do they get so angry?
This is not okay. It's not like
It's
so
not good.
as a society. It's not okay. It's not good for you. It's not good for her. It's
also
not
good to
for
push the
us.
Okay. So Bryan's saying it's not good for society that Bonnie Blue and these other girls are promoting this sort of thing by putting up these numbers, recording it, seeing how many guys they can take in one day, blah 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 blah. Okay, no problem. So far, I'm getting where they're going.
Limits a little bit.
Yeah, it's not harmless. What she's doing to herself is not good.
So 1 minute Bryan was blaming Cassie for getting abused by Diddy, saying that she needs to take some responsibility for getting abused and for getting ran through and for being, cajoled into fucking doing fucking, freak offs and shit. And now he's getting on his soapbox and he's telling Bonnie Blue and other girls that they need to fucking find Jesus and not do that. Okay, whatever.
Good for her. It's not good for anybody.
Yeah, and then young boys see this.
Young boys
and
are 8
girls,
years
it's
old.
not
I think
good.
the average age for boys being exposed to porn now is 8. You know, that's
And
not
if you're a good parent, my kid's not.
Oh, that's where it went left. Brendan doing his textbook "I'm the best dad in the world" shit. Bryan's talking in general terms, right? Bryan's talking in general terms about, hey, this is not good for kids in general terms. Look at the data, look at the evidence out there. I'm not too sure if it's true about the 8 years old thing, but let's say if it's true. Let's say most kids get exposed to porn around 8 to 10 years old. He's talking in generality. But it doesn't mean if your kid gets exposed to porn that you're a bad parent. But that's what Brendan is saying. Brendan does that thing that he does. I really wonder why Brendan, but to be fair to Brendan, to be fair to this whole conversation, Brendan's a dick across the board. He's the same when it comes to sports debates. He's the same when it comes to TV. He's just a cunt across the board. But I really wonder, why does he have this thing with parenting? Why is he hell-bent on saying or preaching about being the best dad? And what does that even mean? Who are you competing with? Why is this a competition? Who judges this? Who decides who's better? What's the criteria? What are you even talking about? And it's almost like by saying he's the best, it's not like he says he's the best and tries to do the best by his kids. He also goes out of his way to say, without saying, I'm the best, and if you don't do what I do, that means you're a terrible parent. So that's why Bryan's taking this personally, because it's almost like he's saying, Bryan isn't saying his kids are being exposed to porn now at 8, but he's saying it's obviously a danger, and Brenda's making it seem like, oh, if your kids get exposed to porn at 8, that means you're not a good dad. That means you're not present. But if we really peel back the onion a bit, I think Brendan actually does think Bryan isn't a good dad. If you know a lot about the law, you can tell that Brendan doesn't actually rate Bryan as a dad, because I think Brendan rates the fact that he decided to quit stand-up and focus on his kids, which Brendan might just be in a garage. He kind of views the fact that Bryan still tours and does stand-up as not really putting his kids first, which is what super shitty, to be fair, because he wasn't involved in his kid's life before he quit stand-up. Now all of a sudden he's fucking preaching. You know what I mean? Now all of a sudden he's wagging his finger at other people. It's like just the other day he was doing the same thing that they were doing. Anyway, I think that's why this conversation went left.
Well, it's hard to stop it, though, right?
It's not, though.
No, it is. Yes, it is. What do you mean? When they're in school? What are you talking about?
No, there's no tablets, cell phones allowed at the
But
school.
there is,
There's none.
though. But people,
There's
those
not, though,
kids
Brian.
get it. Those
There's
kids
not.
get it.
So Brendan's acting like you can police and you can. Brendan's acting as if there's no way your kid can get access to a digital device to view porn, ever, outside of your supervision. I think Brendan's brain is gonna get broken when fucking Tiger, touch wood, doesn't happen soon because obviously he's enjoying his time with him. But when that kid Tiger gets his own computer and his own phone, or has his own life and shit, and starts closing the door of his room and shit, like normal kids do when they want a bit of privacy, Brendan's gonna be distraught, bro. Because it looks like he has a lot of control. He has a lot of fucking influence on his kids now because they're young and they're probably a lot more impressionable. But once his kids become teenagers, or once they start having friends that maybe aren't the best influence or make them question things, he's gonna break his psyche. Because he has this idea that he's a great dad because he has everything on the lock. It's like, bro, there's no phones in school, so how are they gonna see porn? What? So this guy's you don't think anyone's sneaking things in? You don't think kids are gonna jump? You don't think kids are gonna hack? Remember back in the day? I don't know if you guys are the same. Back in the day, we had computers in our school that only could access certain websites. But kids in our school that were good on computers, myself included, found a way to get around the firewall. Found a way to fucking, get out of fucking just using the fucking in-house internet, whatever. And the first thing people did was fucking watch porn on those computers in school back in the day. So this guy acting like it's not possible is fucking insane. It's not possible to get past a fucking restriction on an iPad or on a computer. Like, what? Especially with these kids nowadays. Come on, bro.
They go to their friend's house. They go to their friend's house. The kids are being exposed to it. It's not easy to stop. Actually, it's coming.
I think it is. I disagree.
You can
with
say
you.
that, but in fact,
Well, I can say that because I'm a fucking dad.
So am I.
Oh, I could say that because I'm a dad. No, like a proper dad. That's the look he's giving Bryan. No, like a proper dad. Like, I'm there. I go to their games. I'm going to their school meetings. Like, he's judging Bryan, right? He's judging Bryan. That's meant to be your friend, you know. Like,
and what you don't.
I have a 9-year-old right now,
It
but
doesn't matter. You're
does matter,
saying
Bryan.
shit that doesn't
You're
mean
talking
anything.
to me like I'm not doing.
What I'm trying to say to you is that kids,
for other people it might be
kids in
tough.
this country are.
for other people it might be tough. So other people are the dummies. I'm always the exception. I'm always the exception to the rule. Other people struggle with their kids. I don't ever struggle with my kid because I'm special. My kids are different. Fuck, you know. How does this guy have friends? He doesn't have friends, obviously. That's why he's where he's at the moment. But how did this guy once be? How was this guy once protected by people in stand-up comedy? Imagine protecting someone like this. Imagine protecting someone like this. Like an absolute asshole. Like, why are you talking to someone like this? This is your friend. It's like he's talking to a guest. This is like his actual friend, and he's showing him up on this fucking podcast. He's talking to him like a fucking idiot. He's basically insinuating that he's not a good parent. He doesn't have control on his kids and shit. Like, he doesn't have any say-so on what they do. Yay.
Getting
and
exposed.
it might be tough for
so
them.
what happens is they go to somebody's house, the older kid has something. What's going on is it's really hard at the end of the day to plug all the dams, right? Because with everybody who's got tablets, phones.
Bryan trying to desperately reason with him. Desperately trying to reason with him in a rational, logical, calm manner. Brennan just blocking his ears, completely numb to it. Nope, you're a bad dad. If your kid gets exposed to porn, you're a bad dad. Bad parent. Like, what? This kid can see it anywhere. He could literally be on a bus and see somebody with it on their phone. He could literally walk past someone's house and see someone playing on a TV. It could be fucking anywhere. What the fuck's he talking about?
They they find it. You know, kids just do. And that's the problem. I'm not saying that you're not on it. I'm saying that
I'm
parents
telling you right
are
now,
on
my
it.
kid's never seen porn.
What about the kid that takes the pictures for Joanna on the Instagram? What about that kid? When Soldier's popping up her bum and telling fucking Tiger to take pictures of her when she looks kind of cute and sexy at a petrol station. What about those pictures? What about the pictures of her in the bikini near the fucking pool? Pictures of her in the bedroom wearing some fucking lingerie. Some of them are obviously selfie timers picked, but some of them are taken by the kids. Isn't that maybe seeing a version of soft porn? Maybe? Who knows?
Well,
and it's not hard.
Well, it gets harder and harder.
For
as
sure
you
it
get
does.
older. Yeah.
For sure it does.
But
for 8-year-olds, it shouldn't be hard.
But a lot of these kids are getting exposed to it.
For sure.
You know, parents are working 2 jobs, whatever it might be. Boom.
100%. I'm not talking about them.
Yeah.
I'm talking about me.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the general trend.
100%.
Is that a lot of
it's
these
tough
young
because it's
kids-
easier to access
Yeah,
now.
and it's bad.
But if you're going to give your kid a tablet, you're basically open that world up.
Right.
Now, whose fault is that? That 8 and 9-year-old can't afford the tablet. So who got it for him? You did.
Yeah.
So whose fault is that?
Yeah.
Well, he goes to his friend's house. Cool. Do you know the kid? Do you know the parent?
It's blaming parents for getting their kids tablets and saying that getting their kids tablets is a form of bad parenting. It's one of the most insane things I've ever heard in my entire life. Getting your kid a phone, a computer, a tablet is bad parenting because it might open them up to porn. Is legitimately a psychotic way to look at raising your kids. It's truly based in fear and paranoia only. And surely you are creating a far bigger problem down the road. Most likely, you are going to create a far bigger problem down the road when you have your psyche completely broken, when that person is completely fucking sunken into that shit on the other side. What an insane lad. What an absolutely batshit man. Batshit crazy dude, man. Like, I love how in his world, everything is binary. Everything is black or white. Either you're a good parent or a bad parent. Bad parents buy their kids iPods. But no, buy their kids iPads, sorry. Buy their kids laptops. Buy their kids smartphones. That's a bad parent. Right? That's a bad parent. A good parent, what do? They don't buy their kids those things. They vet all their kids' friends to make sure no kid's got a tablet they can use. They helicopter, you know, they're all around them, hovering and shit. They're aggressively involved in their sports. They're aggressively involved in their private life. They're aggressively involved in their friends and shit. They're aggressively involved in their schools. And then they wonder when the kid rebels or does want nothing to do with them because they're overbearing. They wonder why. They wonder why. Yo, man, it's not looking good for Brendan. Brendan's gonna have a really hard time when Tiger starts to become his own person, bro. Like, I get it. You're doing good now. You think you're doing well by having all these controls in place, but that shit ain't gonna last, brother. That shit ain't gonna last.
Parents, because I do. Yeah, I do. There's no tablets over there either.
That's right.
So who's that on? That's on the parents.
Yo, big up Josie. Having a nanny when your wife don't work, people might say is bad parenting too. Exactly. Yeah, big up Josie. Hey, 9 years old in LA. I'm sure none of those kids in that tax bracket don't have tablets, phones, or laptops, or aren't just into some dicey, weird shit. I'm sure none of those kids are into weird shit. I'm sure none of those kids don't get maybe any attention from their parents that want to maybe get attention from other kids that want to just cause a bit of ruckus or showing their kids something weird on the phone. I'm sure that never happens, right? I'm sure that never fucking happens. What an interesting dude.
And you know,
now I don't work 2 jobs and not 9 to 5, so maybe it's easier for me. But when it comes to me,
that's not.
There's no tablet.
You're still fighting. You're
Brendan,
still fighting.
Very long hours.
You're still fighting, but you're still fighting the fucking.
Oh my God, Sanaz. Sanaz is trying to say Brendan's work schedule is equivalent to a abuelita somewhere who has like 2 jobs and no one else looking after the kids at home because the dad is also working. Look at Sanaz coming in white knighting for Brendan. They definitely fucked, innit? Sanaz, no, you got like 5 podcasts. It's like, what? He records them an hour a week, maybe 3, at most. This guy's working 3 days a week. At most, Brendan's working 3. At most, he's in that studio 3 days a week. At most. I wouldn't say he might even do it 2, but at most, he's in there 3 days a week. He doesn't share. He doesn't post the clips on social. He's not uploading clips on the fucking channels and shit. He doesn't do anything in that kind of regard. So he's in that studio 3 times a week, most likely. And so now just trying to say, yeah, you work the same as a single mum who works 2. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Come on, Sanaz. You're still gonna get your check. Let's not glaze Bappa like this. You're still gonna get paid. Don't worry. You're one of the favorites. He's definitely gonna pay you.
And you're still fighting.
Eventually, there's nothing to be able to do about it. Like when they get to middle school, high school, and you know, and they're in public school and they allow cell phones. Now it's a different animal.
Yeah, man.
But you can delay it as much to your control as much as you want until they get to that middle school, and then it's
and what I don't like.
You're also not controlling anything. You're controlling something within your environment. He legitimately does, like, I don't know why I like. It's kind of sweet. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of sweet and endearing that he actually believes that he's controlled his kid's environment to such an extent where he honestly believes his kid, especially Tiger, has never seen 1 bit of porn since that time. Like, well, I guess it's 10 now, right? Like, he actually truly believes that. Huh. Interesting.
And you hope you've raised a good enough kid where he's, you know.
Yeah.
Or it's the friends they hang out with. That's your biggest issue.
It's also the technology that creates addiction.
Yeah, so it's never the kid's fault. It's always the friend's fault, right? Your kid just can't turn into a bad kid as well. No? It's always the friends are the ones that make your kid the bad kid. Your kid doesn't have to be. You don't have to also watch out for your kid making the wrong choices, right? Or thinking about things in the wrong way. or being impulsive, right? Or being emotional, or being short-tempered. It's always to do with the friends. It's never the fault of your own kid. Your kid fucks up, look at the friends first. Never your own kid. That's true accountability.
You know, like a lot of times these technology companies get better and better at hijacking your fucking brain. And
But again, all right, the kid's putting 8 hours on the PlayStation. Who bought him the PlayStation?
yeah, you know, and here's the other thing about this.
9-year-old can't afford the PlayStation.
When you have like someone like,
but you also like, I'd love to know how much time he actually spends with his kids. I'm really curious. How much time does this guy actually spend in the company of his children, like hanging out, helping them with homework? Like, how much time do you actually spend with them? How much time do you actually spend raising your kids? Because I don't think it's that much. I think he's talking out of his ass here. He's acting as if he's like actually fully involved in his kids' lives just because he goes to Tigers baseball games. And I don't think that counts, brother. Like, how much time are you because we've seen a lot of times Slow Joe has gone on trips, has gone away with those kids, and Brendan is nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Many trips across the years, many things, many family occasions, many things, many shindigs that Brendan's completely missed. Why aren't you there? Where's this beast of a dad at?
like Bonnie Blue, and what I object to is when we act like it's just, oh, look at that, she's just doing her thing, she's an empowered woman or whatever. No, sorry, it's a fucked up way to live your life. It's
she'll regret it. To your point.
Oh, shut up, man. It's one person. Is it pleasant to look at? Probably not. Would you want your daughter to do the same line of work? And probably not, ideally. But she's honestly the exception. Like, she's not the rule. How many other Bonnie Blues have come out the woodwork? How many other women have come out saying they want to fuck 100,000 men, 1,000 men, 100 men? There's not many of them out there. Even Lily Phillips has kind of toned it down a bit. Yeah, I think as if she's like influencing the world to suddenly become these fucking elite gangbangers. It's not true, bro. It's not true. It's just one person. Relax. It's just a small community of fucking freaks who into that sort of shit. Let them do what they want to do, bro. If you were, some would say you were allowed to fucking allegedly grape with impunity over those years during the stand-up comedy era. Why can't she go around doing stuff with consent, huh? Leave Bonnie Blue alone.
Point, she'll regret it, guaranteed.
And I think all of us
in
will.
10 years, she's like, Jesus Christ. I don't regret shit about it. She's gonna, people are doing way worse stuff than that.
Yeah, but I think just even participating
Crystalia
in the thing, like watching it, being part of it, it's
I haven't seen any of it.
It's all fucked up. Me neither. But it's all.
I've seen all of it, and it's not very. Like, one thing that I noticed about this type of stuff, it's not very pleasant to watch. Not gonna lie, it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do zero for me. If anything, I watch it, and the first thing I think about is like, it must smell mad in there. Then I start noticing all the dirt, people with their bare feet, the weird socks. Someone clearly wearing house socks. That, like, it's not good. It's not very. It doesn't look very. Maybe it's pleasurable to her, but it's not a very pleasurable viewing experience. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a very pleasurable viewing experience, especially when you fast forward it. Like, when you watch it in the beginning, it's kind of like this setup, but when you fast forward it, that room turns funky really quickly. It's like a house party. The house looks kind of chill. There's fucking pretzels on the table. There's little fucking pigs in blankets with there. Little fucking finger foods and cheeses and drinks. And then by the end of the night, there's stains all over the sofa. There's, I don't know, vases have been tipped over. There's a hole in the wall. That's what that Bonnie Blue stuff looks like. It looks kind of decent in the beginning, and you fast forward, it's like, ugh. And you start seeing guys, like one guy fully naked with socks on. One dude, shiesty, t-shirt on, nothing down below. Other people, one sock on, like, just standing there, jacking off next to another man, watching another woman getting smashed, hoping it's their turn next. And then the past, like, honestly, it's not great. It's really, really unpleasant to watch. It's super unpleasant. Like, Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. It's not the greatest. I watched it. I was like, oh yeah. Like you have to be really into that to enjoy it. Like it's not for me. It's not for me in the slightest. It's so rank. Like it's actually quite. If I'm not mistaken, I think they'll break protection anyway. Because I was reading an article. I saw a video the other day actually about the passport bros, and somebody made a video and said that allegedly in South America, sorry, the rates of like STDs have gone up 84% or something. No, I've got the new cases. There's 84,000 cases have been reported of STIs from passport bros. And I didn't know it was a thing. I was like, hold on. People are traveling to different continents. People are going to quote unquote third world countries to go smash sex workers, and they're smashing them raw. I didn't know this is a thing. Did you guys know this? Passport bros are going to Colombia, are going to Nicaragua, are going to Venezuela, are going to Honduras, are going to all these places, Brazil, and they're fucking sex workers or ladies of the night raw. You know this. This is a thing. 84,000 cases of STDs are reported in that region. So it's actually a miracle that these girls don't get more, whatever, more clapped up, pun intended, than they would. But I guess maybe depression kind of helps. Fucking brutal. Anyway, sorry for the excessive detail there. Hopefully you guys haven't been eating anything.
Fucked up. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't like it at all.
Okay.
Yeah, that can't end well.
Yeah.
No.
And then what's she gonna find a husband? And then what's she gonna have kids?
Yeah, right.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Good luck with that.
Let's say she does, and then imagine that kid in high school.
Jesus Christ.
Your mom got fucked by 1,000 dudes.
I mean, you can't.
There's no erasing that.
You can't win any of that.
She will definitely find a husband. There's plenty.
Oh
of guys
yeah.
out there.
Oh no. She'll find a husband.
Yeah, that'll be a great. I'm sure that kid will be raised.
But think about the guy who's like, yeah.
What about the kids that have been raised by parents that have been accused of rape? What about that? Does that help them? What about parents? No. That doesn't help. No. I don't know. This puritanical thing they got. Like, I understand not liking what she does and not being a fan of it, but this soapbox puritanical shit is just fucking horrendous. But I guess it's all part of the conservative right wing Christian grifting they're doing, isn't it? They're trying to appease that base, but no one believes you, bro. You've been living like degenerates for most of your life. No one fucking believes you. No one fucking believes you. And actually, no one fucking cares too.
I know, I'm down.
Yeah.
He's probably not all fucking.
He's not all there either.
Probably doesn't have all his shit together.
Without a doubt, yes, I know.
But there's some weirdo rich dude right now in her DM.
That would just love her, yeah.
100%. There's some.
It's wild. Okay, here's one.
I'm a little turned on right now, but still. What?
I might have to watch it now.
I was going to say, but I don't approve of it.
No,
I don't approve of it. I'm saying.
Right.
It would be interesting to have her in here and be like, how did you get to this point? Like, was it no dad? Did you get molested?
Hey, yeah, because no one's asked her that question, by the way, right? That's not no one's asked her that question. I'm sure nobody's asked Bonnie Blue that question. I'm sure she's never had to answer that question, right? Could you maybe think of something more original, please, for the fuck God? For fucking God's sake? I'm sure nobody has ever asked Bonnie Blue that question. No dad? Parents didn't care about you, right? Did your parents buy you an iPod? Did your parents buy you a MacBook Pro? Did your parents buy you a tablet? That's gonna be one of his questions now, isn't it? Every time you meet somebody that's kind of had an alternative life to him. Did your parents buy you a tablet? Oh, cool. I got it. Yeah, I knew it. They don't really love you. They don't care about you.
You would get this. You'd get some kind of a weird, lame justification. For me, I've just always been kind of done my own thing, and it's just like an adventure. And
And it's like dog sniffing butts. It's like a handshake.
And you and I are too nice. We wouldn't be holding.
But let's say she was open, and we're like, was there? Because what you're doing is not normal to society. Was there some significant trauma in your life to make you not?
Yeah, she's definitely gonna. Bonnie Blue's definitely gonna open up and reveal the true reason why she does what she does on fucking Tfatk, for sure. Bonnie Blue's waiting. to get on Tfatk. That's why she's gonna really share her story. That's why she's gonna really bear it all. That's what she's gonna have a come to Jesus moment there, right? She's gonna give her life to Christ on the. She's gonna become born again on Tfatk. They're gonna pour all the magic mind that's left there into the fucking sink, and they're gonna baptize Bonnie Blue in that piss sink full of fucking magic mind. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. I can't wait for that. That's gonna really break the internet.
Think sex is a big deal, that you can just do whatever the fuck. Like, what happened? That's what I would ask her.
Yeah. When I was on a thing with Doug,
And I would be willing to bet she'd be like, didn't have a dad, or got molested by my mom's boyfriend.
I'm pretty sure Bonnie Blue's parents are involved in her business, if I'm not mistaken. Same goes to Lily Phillips. I'm pretty sure they have parents that have been married for a long time. I think both of their parents helped her out with their OnlyFans, you know? I don't think it's what he thinks it is. But let him say what he's saying.
Or, you know, at a young age, I was very sexual as a young kid because of it. That's usually what comes from it.
When I was on a panel with
What,
Tara
1,000?
Patrick and Dove Davidoff.
Yeah.
Tara Patrick was the most gorgeous.
Yeah, she's awesome.
porn star. And I remember everybody was there. I think it might have even been Kill Tony, like back when it was first starting. And Dove, like Tara Patrick said, he said, well, you live an extreme lifestyle. And she said, it's not extreme.
To her,
And he
it's
goes,
not.
hold it. We got to stop. And he called her out on the fact that it was insane. And
I've seen her work.
And everybody kind of, oh yeah, she's a good,
Delicious.
gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you want to talk about
What'd
the
she say,
hottest
though?
porn star. Well, he just didn't want to let her get away with it. He was like, you can't say it's not an extreme way to live your life. What are we talking about?
Yeah, but if you talk to
here?
UFC fighters, like, dude, you can fight in a cage, that's fucking insane. Like, no, it's not. It's normal to me. No, I'm just saying, they go, that's my norm.
Right.
So to you, oh, get her off the screen, Chin.
Jesus.
But there's porn stars now that are prettier than her. There's some. I saw one. I'm like, what? How? What's happening? I got to see this.
So you saw one, but you think your kids don't see them. You see them in your phone, and you think your kids have never touched your phone. You think your kids have never seen your phone. You think your kids have never seen what you've checked on your phone. You see them, your kids don't see them. Cool. Makes sense.
Patrick was always just so
Yeah, she's
hot.
up there.
I mean, so hot.
Jenna Jameson, though, not now, but when she was young, was
Yeah.
tasty.
And then
Tasty.
went a little crazy, right?
Oh yeah, oh, it's a disaster. Disaster.
Disaster.
Yeah.
Sound disaster.
But there's one now. I forget her name, but it was like Jesus.
No, some of the girls are so
Christ.
good looking. You're like,
what is happening?
Whoa! Which again, I don't approve. I don't approve. I'm not watching it. If I can get some more of those pictures, though, that's her.
That's Jenna
That's Jenna
Jameson.
Jameson.
Yeah.
There's one now though. I don't want to say her name, but you're just like, what is happening?
What's her name?
I forget.
Yeah,
That's the
there's
thing. I
some-
never know. So when I want to search, I'm like,
I don't want to say her name. What's her name? I forget. So what? Do you know her name or you don't know her name? Sounds like you're lying, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully it pops up in the
No,
popular.
some of them are just like you're. Like,
The guy that controls his son's fucking phone tablet usage and bans porn and thinks his son has never seen porn seems to have a very encyclopedic knowledge about porn, doesn't he? Probably knows more about porn than he knows about UFC.
like wow. All right.
You guys had Asa Akira on the Fire
and,
MC, right?
and she grew up with two normal parents.
Yeah, so that's like,
normal
what
shit.
is
I
that?
know.
Asa was like super. I read her book. Like she was smart as fuck.
Super
like,
smart.
She
yeah.
was such a
well
puzzle.
spoken.
Yeah, she was like one of those people. It's almost like
She was like, oh, I could marry a porn star.
yeah,
Like, you're like, oh, she's dope.
yeah.
She was cool.
Yeah, she was super smart. And
Gives a
just-
hell of a massage.
Yeah, she was really, really smart. But I think whatever's going on there, sometimes people can just be, you know.
Sometimes it could also they get fallen hard in times, and they get into the business. They start making.
They get fallen on hardened times. What?
Sometimes it could also they get fallen hard in times, and they get in.
Hardened times. They get fallen on hardened times. You mean they fall on hard times? They get fallen on hardened times. ¿Qué cosa?
You know.
Sometimes it could also they get fallen hard in times, and they get into the business. They start making money. Like, I'm making so much money now.
Look,
I became a star, if I go back and do what I was planning to do, I'm going 4 steps back money wise, financially. I'm just gonna keep doing this, and you kind of get caught in it, maybe.
Well, Alana.
That also explains Tfatk. I think he's also projecting and speaking without realizing about Tfatk. That perfectly describes Tfatk.
Alana Evans, who is legitimately something I've known and my friend. I don't care what anybody says. She is she's as normal as it gets. Just in every.
Suddenly, these guys have become very knowledgeable and opinionated about porn, isn't it? One day speaking about how bad it was, the ills, the bad influence, Bonnie Blue must be banned. She shouldn't be encouraged, not an ideal role model for young people. But suddenly, you let them talk long enough, and now they're talking quite positively and enthusiastically and with some level of like knowledge and authority when it comes to the pornographic industry, when it comes to the adult entertainment industry. It seems like they know quite a bit about it, isn't it? It's almost as if they're full of shit. It's almost as if these guys are full of shit.
Way, like just a great person. And I think she's just one of those people who just loved sex. Let's take a little break. This podcast is brought to you in part by Stash.
I'm not going to lie. I don't want to hear a 60-year-old comedian talking about anyone that loves sex. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to hear this fucking boomer talking about anything regarding sexual intercourse. Anything regarding the woman's anatomy. Anything regarding any sort of sexual act. I don't want to hear it from him. Jesus Christ. That sounded like it came from his heart as well, innit? He loved saying that, by the way.
Just in every way, like just a great person. And I think she's just one of those people who just loved sex. Let's take a little break. Great person. And I think she's just one of those people who just loved sex.
Sounds like he's talking about himself. Sounds like he's talking about himself.
Let's take a little break.
Anyway, people. Anyway, people, I'm gonna leave it there. I'll come back again tomorrow. Probably in the morning. We'll probably do another session in the morning. By the time I wake up, hopefully I wake up early this time, so I can do another session in the morning. We'll take a little break. And we're back again tomorrow morning. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Day number 2. Tomorrow will be day number 3. It'll be fucking amazing. Of the 31-day marathon. If you're here and you're queer and you're ready to rock, make sure you're here. Please do. Like the stream before you leave. Subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, click the link in the description below to join and become a member of the channel also. We're trying to hit 500 members by the end of the 31-day stream. So please, if you can, make sure you smash that link down below the description box. If you can't do that, the best thing you can do is like the stream before you leave. Like the stream before you leave. Subscribe to the channel. All of that good shit. And I'll see you motherfuckers again back later on today. You get me? We'll be back out here again. There'll be more Taz, more Tfatk, more Kill Tony tomorrow. Actually, we're going to finish off the Kill Tony stuff and some other bits I didn't finish. And then we're going to be on our way. You get me? Big up everybody tuning in. Appreciate all of you. Thank you for tuning in. The big marathon, exactly. Big up Izanella. Big day 3 coming up later tomorrow. We can't fucking wait. We're here. You get me? We're here. We're queer, ready to fucking rock. So smash the like, all that good shit. And also, I'm actually going to get out Patreon tomorrow as well. For those of you who are waiting for a Patreon, I'm actually going to get out Patreon. I think I'm going to do the first episode of Tom Segura's pod. So if you haven't, or Tom Segura show on Netflix, if you haven't watched it yet, I'll do a little reaction vid, play by play with it. So you'll be able to watch it with my commentary included. Uploaded on my Patreon tomorrow. I'll be doing that later on. So thank you for tuning in for now. I appreciate all of you. Bisous. Thank you for hanging out. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys again later on today. All right? Cool. Peace. Bye.